The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink!
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Convention Center down here in New Orleans for Super Bowl 59. It's Wednesday, and this sports program starts right now. Football! It is wonderful, and it is an absolute honor to be able to feel the buzz. It is palpable in New Orleans for the Super Bowl, which kicks off on Sunday at 6:30 between the AFC champion and also the back-to-back Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs, led by Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Taylor Swift.
Ooh. Yeah. Yep.
She's part of the fan base, and anytime she's part of anything, you obviously have to mention her name. But on the defensive side, Spagnuolo, Chris Jones, and a litany of boys are ready to run wild in the Superdome. And then the Philadelphia Eagles, led by Nick Sirianni, who might not be
a big dumb dipshit.
Potentially. Might not be the dumbest guy in football, like everybody on TV was saying for a large portion of this NFL season, with Jalen Hurts, who was throwing the ball all over the yard. A man who was able to throw seeds if he had to, even though all season long people have been saying Jalen Hurts can't.
He can't throw the ball.
Can't throw a football.
No.
Saquon Barkley can run, but the quarterback can't do shit. Who was saying that, AQ?
Not sure. You tell me.
You! And many others were saying that.
You assholes.
Saquon Barkley and an offensive line over there have a run game that reminds us of the good old days whenever football was grind and pound all the time. It's going to be a fantastic game to wrap up this wonderful NFL season, and we are so incredibly honored to be a part of this Radio Row operation. You know, there's a lot of people that think Radio Row is beneath them. Radio Row is the Super Bowl. I don't fully understand people that come to a city to do media and don't come here. Foxy, hit that top camera once again. Look at this convention center. It's filled with podcasters, local radio, local TV, international TV, international podcasters, college kids. The future of media is here, and every single one of the companies that pays money to the NFL throughout the season for commercials or for ad spots or for appearances, they pay a bunch of people to come through here. So the amount of guests we're about to have over the next 3 days is about to be fantastic. Today, Fred Warner. Yes, that Fred Warner. Mormon. Friend of program. San Francisco 49er madman linebacker will be joining us in this seat in a matter of moments. And in the second hour, Trey Hendrickson, defensive end pass rusher for the Cincinnati Bengals, will be joining us. He doesn't wear gloves, and he also doesn't talk to the media much. So I had a chance to catch up with him just yesterday. He's a babyface assassin, too.
Oh, yeah.
This dude looks like he's 13 years old, has 35 and a half sacks over the last 2 years, was the NFL sack leader in this particular season. Now, there's a contract coming up here for Trey Hendrickson. There's a lot of that in Cincinnati. Can't wait to talk to him about the year that was in Cincy and also what his future looks like. And also, how's he not getting any wrinkles in a high-stress position of being a pass rusher? It's about to be a glorious time. I'm obviously not alone. The Toxic Table is here. At Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Ty Schmidt, another Radio Row. How's it feel? It feels good to be back down here.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, you mentioned it. You know, the buzz, the energy, it's palpable. We get pretty comfortable, you know, being in the Thunderdome, kind of doing our own thing, you know, just day after day. Hey, let's grind these shows out. So getting down here and being in front of all these people, it's incredible. And, you know, New Orleans, what a host city.
What a host city.
What an unbelievable host city.
What a beautiful place.
Gorgeous. Absolutely. You know, we have
so much history here.
So much history. You know, I love the Cajun flavor. So being down here, we talked about it yesterday. Our first Radio Row in Miami, inside of a shoebox. Look at this set. You know, we've come a long way. It's
Shout
awesome.
out to Foss, ESPN, Mystic Scene Set, and all the people behind the scenes that set this up for us. It looks way too nice.
Incredible.
Way too cool for something for us to be a part of, but we're very appreciative. Also, shout out to...
Oh, hell yeah.
Sweet unis.
The Louisiana State Troopers.
Boys in blue.
They were in some clean-ass blues as we walked in here. They said there's going to be something left on your set that you can't just buy. We just want to say thanks for spending time with us. I guess they listen to us while they're in the cars. I think I'm learning about that a lot with State Troopers. And also, we got this license plate. Play for shout out to the Troopers out there.
Shout out.
Shout out to Troopers.
Shout out.
Shout out Troopers. First responders, the whole thing. We are very grateful. And thank you for welcoming us into the city. We are very thankful to be here. Boston Connor, you got a nice welcome last night down at the casino, pal, huh?
Yeah. Formerly Harrah's, now Caesars. It was fantastic. Me and Ty, D-Butch, a couple others, Foxy, we went over there, just...
Foxy made it out?
Foxy made it out. Now, I don't know how happened.
He's a lion, son of a bitch.
His eyes were barely open, but he was there in spirit either way. And, we had one very zany dealer who was kind of screwing around a little bit too much. But one of the other dealers gave us a couple spots to go to. He said, look, this is Southern Detroit, brother. This is exactly the type of city you want to be in. And I said, hey, that's perfect.
What do you mean this is Southern Detroit?
People are just saying this is warm Detroit. I know you said there's a lot of history in this city. I would say, sure. I guess maybe there is because all the buildings are old and shitty. But again, I'm a huge fan.
You have no respect. You have no respect for anything.
You're taking it wrong. We were just in Detroit in April for the draft. I love that place.
Great time.
It's awesome. Everyone was super nice up there. That's not true, but everyone was super nice up there.
Asheville, by far, best draft ever. I think they said there were like 2 million people there. But Detroit certainly held up their end of the bargain.
Yeah, and this is just warm Detroit. And I'm pumped to be here, and I'm excited for the week that's going to be.
I don't know who you're taking a shot at there.
I'm nobody.
Everybody.
I think you guys are just making it seem like I'm taking a shot.
No winners in that scenario.
But I'm not. Yeah. No one's losing here. This is a fantastic place to be. It's warm outside. I mean, you really can't ask for more, and the casino's handing out money.
Oh, yeah. I heard you won last night. Congrats. If this was all to get to that, congrats. We heard you won last night.
I was just telling you what I was seeing. We got the lay of the land. We kind of know where we are now in the city. And, again, I love Detroit.
Yeah.
New Orleans is just warm Detroit with a few more outdoor places to go. I love it here.
Okay. All right. That certainly sounds like the case. And shout out to you guys for making that happen, going over there. I took a 9-hour coma as soon as we got here.
Smart.
It was a great way to start this Super Bowl week.
Without a doubt.
9-year NFL vet, looking as cool down here as he does at the Thunderdome. One of the biggest brains in football. Hosted everything DB, good D, bad D all year. Ladies and gentlemen, Derek Steve. Always D-Butch, you look super cool, man.
Appreciate
What's
you.
something we need to think about going into this game that maybe hasn't been chatted about, you think?
I saw a cool stat. And, Spags gets talked about a lot, rightfully so, defensive mastermind. But Vic Fangio chasing his first championship as a defensive coordinator. His defense, 5-0 on turf, which the Super Bowl will be played on a Sunday.
What's that
5-0.
mean? What's that mean?
I mean, defense win championships. We
No,
know
but
that.
turf, faster?
Faster turf. But, I mean, some of these stats, they all mean something. So I saw this one, and they're only giving up 11 points a game. So we know Chiefs haven't been as explosive on offense. So that's something I'm keeping an eye on. Those exciting whites back there. Got dogs up front, dogs up and down that defense. Defense wins championships. So I'm excited about my Eagles and how they'll perform on
Are you
Sunday.
doing a postseason everything DB team? And is there maybe any Caucasians that might make it?
We'll see. Some good ones. And Bond,
There's some good ones out there.
Bond's halfway there. He might be Defensive Player of the Year. We'll have Fred. I'll probably ask him about Zach Bond, his running mate on that second level with the linebacker position. But, yeah, it may be some maybe a couple athletic white guys that crack that team.
Both these defenses are obviously incredibly well coached,
yeah.
and they execute well. We actually have a graphic about the amount of experience at the defensive coordinator position, and it is bananas. Whenever you have the top left corner there, it's Dick LeBeau. Obviously, he's been around a long, long time. Feels like if you're a good defensive coordinator, you're going to have a job forever if you want it. 38 years of NFL experience for Paisano Fangio, and 27 years of experience for Paisano Spagnuolo. Look at the 34 years of combined defensive coordinator experience on this. The coaching staffs for both of these teams, elite. Even though everybody thinks Sirianni's
just some big dumb dipshit.
Yeah, he's not. Everybody out there's got big brains, and the 5-0 on turf. The Eagles' defense is suited for that because of how fast they are, or is this just...
It's one of those stats, you can take it for, grain of salt. It's the Chiefs, it's the Eagles, two very good teams. It's going to come down to the fourth quarter. I think it'll be a close ball game. We know Spags, when all the marbles on the table, he's probably going to bring some pressure.
His
and Fangio
marbles,
is kind of, keep everything in front, rally and tackle, and get after the passer. So we'll see.
Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner, wearing a thick hoodie down here.
Wow.
Which is a good move. Sweat it out.
That's right.
I'll sweat it out.
That's right.
I get a workout in anywhere in 80 minutes. Just walking around town, ladies and gentlemen. AJ Hall.
AJ
Hawker, you said something earlier that you said nobody's talking about it, but it's real, especially in this particular case.
Well, I feel like people are talking about it, at least to me, when they ask me who's going to win the game. Random people will say, "Oh, are you one of those people that's against the Chiefs? Are you want the Chiefs to lose with the whole Taylor Swift situation?" I think if the Chiefs do win this and they get this three-peat, the people that have been hating on the Chiefs, they can thank themselves, because I think that's the motivation that they give. I feel like when you've won 2 in a row, like, it's very easy to get comfortable and get complacent, I think, in that whole situation, and you need something to rally around as a team. So the Chiefs easily can feel like, hey, it's us against the world right now. Everybody wants to beat us. They're watching the Super Bowl to see us lose. Like back in the day, Floyd Mayweather. Either you love Floyd Mayweather or you were watching to see him get beat. I feel like that's where the Chiefs are right now.
Yeah, and Floyd Mayweather utilized that in promotion and in motivation and everything in the gym. Also, the refs getting added into it. I feel like you heard Travis talk about how, like, hey, media people, okay, you don't want to talk about how good we are. Okay. You don't want to talk about how much work we've had to put in to be able to be in the place that we're in. You don't want to talk about how talented this particular roster is, or how lack of talent this roster has, maybe compared to other people, and how good of a football team we are. I think they're using all of that shit. All these people, we hear about them at the top. They're finding reasons, finding reasons. It's the people that are walking around, they hate the Chiefs on the internet because everybody sees everything. I think the refs narrative has become one of the new ones as well. A lot of people against the Chiefs, a lot of shit for them to draw inspiration from.
Oh, yeah, and they don't even have to talk about it. You know, like when a team collectively comes together and you have one common, like, opponent or someone that you hate as a team together, like, not one singular person.
Could even be your coach.
Absolutely. Teams have definitely, there's a lot of motivation in hate. That's the thing. Like, you can't live on it, but it can wake you up early in the morning when you don't want to wake up if you truly, despise what's going on or you feel like you're being painted in the wrong light. And I think the Chiefs right now feel like, hey, everybody wants us to lose. What better motivation than to go out there and win and stick it to everybody?
Yeah, and it very easily could turn into a fist fight, and get physical out there, especially with how tight it is. I mean, it's going to come down to the trenches, always does. Ladies and gentlemen, 12-year NFL veteran, Super Bowl champion, AQ Shipley.
Thank you. Come boys.
Thank you. We handed out the trenches this year. I don't know if you saw Deion Dawkins said he would like the NFL to acknowledge the best offensive lineman in the NFL. Should probably do tackle and then interior. Probably do 2 awards if they're going to do it, so then it's not all tackle every single time. Even though that particular position currently is talking about an interior offensive lineman, Joe Thuney there's stats coming out now about Joe Thuney, about what he did in New England, now what he's doing with the Chiefs. He goes from a Hall of Fame career inside out to the tackle. Has he done anything that makes you think to yourself, maybe this Kansas City Chiefs offensive line is ready for this Philadelphia Eagles defensive line, or do you think the advantage in the offensive line is still heavily skewed into the Philadelphia Eagles' favor?
Yeah, I think it's still heavily skewed. The Philadelphia Eagles have the best offensive line in football. There's no question about that.
Is there like a historic conversation with them or no?
Well, listen, I mean, I think you've mentioned it so many times about the amount of yards that Saquon has before getting touched. That speaks specifically to the offensive line. So they're phenomenal, but when you talk about Joe Thuney and what he's been able to do, it's phenomenal. And for him to move out to tackle at being a 6'2 guard with shorter arms, but listen, a lot of the credit has to go to Andy. A lot of the credit. When you watch them, they are not putting him in drop back pass very many times.
Chip.
They're running more RPOs than they've run all year in the playoffs, and that is literally he can come off and run block, and then it's either a run or it's a pass. You saw the big play to Juju Smith last week, and there's so many times that they're doing nakeds and rollouts, and then they're peeling the guard back and peeling the center back, so they're not putting them in bad situations. That's because Andy's such a smart coach.
Which is what you're supposed to do with your players. Let's go to the other side. Coach Sirianni, he's the one that I allegedly, if you listen to Stoutland, say, you know what, we need to put Thuney. We need to put Mekhi Becton, who has all the talent in the world, at 6'7". Let's try him out at guard and see if it works out. It has. They've become the best offensive line in football. He's become a person that team revolves around and is like, I don't want to say banking on to have success, but yes, as opposed to a guy that got kicked out of town for not living up to the expectations of being a tackle. What a change in life for Mekhi Becton. And allegedly that was Sirianni's kind of idea, and then Stoutland's a perfect guy.
Yeah, I heard Stoutland say that yesterday, and I was like, wow, what a move by Sirianni, because he's right. I mean, I heard Stoutland also say, when you look at the history, 6'7" guards don't usually work out. Like, you need to be low man wins in the interior. You got to get underneath them. And when you have him, he's a brawler. And the one question mark coming into this season was that right guard position, and he solidified it.
So he'll be there forever, and now will more 6'7" guys be guards?
I think it's an anomaly, honestly. I mean, like, listen, at the end of the day, they're meant to be out of tackle. It's hard to bend, especially if you're playing against an Aaron Donald, a Grady Jarrett, some of these 6'1" guys that can get up underneath you. It doesn't matter how big you are if you're tall and you don't play low, but he is so physical. So many of these big runs, he's climbing on a linebacker and just ejecting guys.
Yeah, and you talked about Saquon yards before contact, which is certainly a compliment to the offensive line. We got some new stats from Hembo on Saquon. His average touchdown length this year, 32 yards.
What?
Good Lord.
That's absurd.
32. He's the only guy in NFL history. I don't know if we were able to get it up in time or not. Yeah, here it is. Only guy in history who has 20-plus touchdowns, and the average length of the touchdown was more than 30 yards. Now, this includes playoffs, 32 and a half yards. And then the immediate thought is, well, you know who steals it all?
Bingo.
Yes. Bingo.
Jalen Hurts takes the 2-yarders down there at the goal line, so that then that isn't kind of offsetting the average. 32 and a half yard average, D-Butch.
I mean, that's insane. It's insane. And part of it, I mean, obviously, is the offensive line.
That's explosive.
Who's in
Only
second?
explosive
His
plays.
vision is
Second.
crazy, yeah.
Who has the second?
Nobody.
Like, is the second place like 12 yards a carry? Like, that's what I'm
29,
wondering.
1984, Mark Clayton. 1984, they were playing good ball.
Yeah, they were.
yeah.
And
They're
he was
playing,
a dog.
they were playing good ball back in
Clayton.
1984. Then
Dan Marino.
1989, Jerry Rice, and then Gale Sayers. 27 yards. So, I mean, there has been home run hitters, I guess, for 20-plus touchdowns throughout a season. But if you're scoring on a 32-and-a-half-yard clip every single time, that is must-watch football. I mean, that is must-watch football, and that's old-school football because it's offensive line dependent upon.
Yep.
Now, Saquon's different, too. Let's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, his vision, once he gets to the second and third level, like angles, safeties, they're 15, 18 yards back, and he just outruns angles, breaks tackles. His home run speed is unbelievable. Just the total package that he has paired with this offensive line, unstoppable.
Well, his DBs don't want to make tackles.
Yeah, no, they don't.
No, they don't.
No, not Saquon.
No, they don't.
It speaks to Jalen, too, though. You know, kind of have
Yep.
to watch him. Like some of those middle backers who just fly over the
yeah.
top. For Saquon, it's like, well, you kind of have to sit in the pocket a little and wait to see if Jalen's pulling that thing and taking it because he's had a few 40-yard touchdowns. He started the playoffs this year with a 45-yard touchdown to kick off the entire thing.
Yeah, Jalen's special, isn't he?
He's playing a lot better.
Oh, jeez.
I will say this. Listen, he does.
Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
I think the most impressive thing that he's done since week 5 is not turn the ball over. He's been fantastic at that. He's leading the team. He's obviously running, doing what he's done, and he's throwing the shit out of the ball. I can't say anything else.
Hey, let's talk about a awesome story that is in the middle of a terrible event. And this kind of popped across the news. Our Twitter feed, our algorithm showed us this, and we just wanted to show love.
Yep.
10-year-old Trey Howard, was near where the plane went down in Philadelphia. Obviously, terrible tragedy. T's and P's to everybody involved in that situation. In the middle of that, though, this dude right here laid and saved and protected his daughter. As debris was falling after the plane crash, Dad explained that it sounded like there was like war happening with like metal things hitting cars and Trey here ended up with a piece of metal in his head, when this whole thing happens. Goes to the hospital, everything happens, and then he comes out of it on Monday, I believe.
Yeah, so they rushed him to the hospital. He had to have emergency brain surgery. He comes out of it on Monday. He comes out of it and he asks his dad what day it was. And his dad said it was Monday, and he was like, did I miss the Super Bowl? Did we play yesterday? And he said, no, you're fine. We play next Monday. And then his second question was, did he save his sister? Which he did. The dad said it was like the shrapnel was like gunfire hitting his car, and he took care of his other children. The 10-year-old jumped on his sister. Tyrese Maxey, his favorite 76er, came and visited him in the hospital. It turned out being a great story for them. That's like, and you never know what's going to happen. But as a 10-year-old to go to protect your sister, just awesome.
Dog. Trey, we appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah. Hero.
We assume he's going to be going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
If he could travel, yeah.
We assume
definitely.
if he could travel, he'll be going to the Super Bowl. But I think his relationship with the Philadelphia Eagles is probably only beginning.
Yes.
Because there's not, I mean, just like to your point, you always hope that in the moment of these situations you would act that way. And I think there's even a show on ABC, guy's been hosting it forever, like What Would You Do? Where candid camera, where they set up these situations and people can find out if in the moment of somebody getting robbed or somebody in front of you and it's all filmed, does the person act how, you would hope that person would act. You have no idea until a terrible situation pops up how you're going to do it. As a 10-year-old, just to be like, I got it. Like, hey, You're going to go on to do amazing things, brother. And we cannot wait to watch and know that what you're going through with the brain surgery and everything else is only going to set you up to do it. And Trey, you're the best, bud. We're lucky to be in the same world as you at the same time as you. And that's badass stuff.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That dad's got to be incredibly proud.
Yes.
Like, hey, this is my boy here. You know, like that is, you almost get emotional whenever you like think about the amount of pride that dad had to have.
And his dad said he was super, like, his dad said, that's not his job. That's my job. But he did it in that moment. So, yeah, he was very.
Hey, that's dope.
Yeah. Awesome.
I like that happened. Especially, Philly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Grit.
That's right.
Are they going to win a Super Bowl?
Huh?
I mean, they might. They certainly might. There's a chance. I mean, it's hard to bet against the Chiefs because it seems like for the last, 5 years, that's all they do is they win, and they win close games. It's kind of what I've thought the entire playoffs. If you're going to beat the Chiefs, you have to beat them. You can't give them an opportunity, when late in the game for them to drive down and either kick a field goal. Like, if they're going to win this game, I think they have to win by 10 to 13 points. But the way they've been playing, who knows? And we talk about the Chiefs having a chip on their shoulder. Sirianni's been, had shit talked about him all year. Same with Jalen. Like, this Eagles squad has a lot of chips on their shoulder as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game.
I think so.
Flip-flopping.
I think me too.
I woke up this morning, Eagles, and I went to bed, Chiefs. Like, I have no idea.
So since the NFC Championship, I've been on the Eagles. I'm like, they can do it. They can do it. Everything I believe is that you got to be tough. Like, that is my entire belief in football. I don't care if it's 2025. I don't care if it's 2045. If football is still being played and it is tackle, I think you got to have a tough team. Like, yep. I just think that is because of how long the season is, how the sport is, everything it involves. I think you got to be tough. And this is like, one of the toughest teams of all time. And it's like all Sirianni wanted is dogs.
Yeah.
We're built kibbles and bits. We're building this. We are building a tough team. And they got it. And it's like Saquon was the piece that really ignited this entire thing to another level. And Saquon's like very happy to be there and bought in, so he's a dog as well. Then, you watch Travis Kelce get pissed off that people are talking about the refs, and it's like, hold the phone now.
Wait a minute.
Now they got a little bit extra too. AJ's point, it's like, feels like Andy Reid and the boys are able to always win. And then you start looking at stats about Spagnuolo, it's like he's 4-time Super Bowl champion as defense coordinator for a reason. In the biggest moments, he does not get scared at all.
Nope.
He is emptying everything he has every single game, and his players love it. And his players love him. And it's like, then you think about Andy Reid, he runs trick plays in the Super Bowl all the time. Like, he actually just runs shit. So it's like, he's not scared of anything. And then Tobe, it's like, Bucker's been here, he's at a game winner.
Yeah.
It's like that team. How do you say they're going to lose a game? I don't know how you say they're going to lose a game, especially the Super Bowl. But then it's like, well, the Eagles are tougher. I don't know. Every day.
Yeah, there's a stat, too. I saw it this morning where it's of the rematches in the Super Bowl between quarterbacks. The guy who won the first match is 4-0 in the second match. The quarterback, returning has never won. So it's one of those things.
Yeah, and then there's all the betting stats that contradict each other.
Yep.
Like, hey, this happens if this happens. All 18 out of the last 19.
Yeah.
And then on the complete opposite side, last 7 straight times this. And it's like, well, that doesn't tell us shit.
Yep.
Nope. That doesn't tell us a damn thing. So I have no idea. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. Agree.
I think that's a good thing. Joining us now might be a guy who might be able to give us a little more information.
Yeah.
His team's not here. His team had a season that I don't think anybody could have predicted. Can't wait to get his kind of thoughts on it all. Ladies and gentlemen, 4-time All-Pro, absolute stallion out of BYU. Linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers, Fred Warner.
Yeah, Fred.
What's up, man?
What up, baby?
There you go.
Oh, very
Team.
Very nice. How you doing, Fred?
Hey, at least stand up for him.
You guys to play for
Scumbags.
the Patriots, so sorry, I don't care.
Guy just walked quarter mile. Here you go, brother. Hey, I'm great,
Hopefully you
dude.
didn't hear that.
Yeah, is that all right?
It's wonderful.
All right, we should probably get that on the other side so it doesn't go across your body there. That's 100% on me. We did not test that until right now. You're the first guest on. Hey, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so tell us about your work with Experian. So I think, if I remember correctly,
Sure.
from watching, Experian's like, hey, they're auto-paying the shit out of you right now, right? That's their thing.
Yes.
And Experian's like, we can figure it out for you.
They're trying to save you time and money, which is what we all want, right? You download the app. You can cancel your subscriptions that you don't use because everybody knows you get on a subscription, you forget about it, and you're over here just reoccurring payments every single month, every single year. So they help you do all that. They do all the work for you and help you save time and money.
I think that was a pretty good promo there, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't you
fantastic.
think?
No,
Yeah,
absolutely.
How'd I do?
That's pretty good.
All right, great on the field.
Yeah, thank you.
How many of these Experian interviews have you done?
This is my first one.
Crushed it. Wow. Hey, you absolutely crushed it. I don't know what the rest is going to look like because you're going to have to deliver with the same energy.
Yeah, right.
But it is a good message.
Yeah.
And I love it. I think in the world that we're in currently, especially if it's like $3.99.
Oh, yeah.
Something's like $3.99. If something is the same price as an express order on DoorDash,
That's
you're going
it.
to take it and then you're never going to see it again.
Yeah.
And these companies are just living off of it.
Yeah, it just slides under the radar for so long, but then it just accumulates, and then it's like, damn, I'm out.
I just spent
$1,000
$900 on something that I'm
There
never
you go.
going to use in my life.
That's it.
We appreciate you joining us. And you talk about saving time and money. We're just going to forget in the memory capsule last season.
Yeah.
Fred, did you guys know about Christian?
No.
We had no idea, dude.
No.
We had
Yeah.
no clue. I think whenever that popped up out of nowhere for us, they were like Achilles arthritis, I think.
Yeah.
And it pops up on both legs. That came out of nowhere for us. For you, if it came out of nowhere, obviously that's incredibly startling, but what is the mindset going into the season? And do you feel like that's just kind of what the season became?
Yeah, I mean, it came out of nowhere for him, honestly. I feel like I've talked to him throughout all the offseason since he's been here, and he felt great. You know, we got married and was on cloud nine, thinking that, all right, we're coming back to win a Super Bowl, coming off an Offensive Player of the Year type of year last year. And so it was a shock to him, shock to us. He's one of our best players, if not the best. And so I'm excited for him going into this season to just get back healthy, right? Get back out on the field. We need him. We need him in order to be successful. You saw it, and then obviously dealing with a bunch of other injuries this past season. We just got to wipe that. Put that away.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Save time and money in your brain.
Save time and money.
Yeah.
And man, save stress off of my back and just go ahead and eliminate that.
Okay, so it comes out of nowhere for him. It comes out of nowhere for you guys. And you said he's one of our best players, if not our best player. The reason why it's not easy to say best player is because you guys have so many good players.
Yeah, exactly.
So many good players. Legitimately, that's why the season is we're watching along.
Yeah.
Like, that had to be, I don't want to say excruciating, but that had to be a miserable time. Just punter, okay, on team. Just punter on team. Whenever Peyton was quarterback and that whole crew was there,
Right.
we went undefeated my first year.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
Until they chose to lose. And once again, I'm very small. Then we win again.
No.
Then we win again. And then we go 2-14 and almost lose every single game. Life is miserable whenever you're losing. Then we get back to being good, and when Andrew gets there again, thank God Andrew comes in there. But it's like when you're losing, life is terrible. You guys haven't experienced that much, right? As of late
Exactly.
over there.
It's different when you've only experienced losing because that's the standard.
Bingo.
But we've developed a standard of winning. We've been to NFC championships year after year, 2 Super Bowls. Obviously, haven't surpassed the mountaintop to hoist that trophy, but we're so close, right? And so this was the season. This was the one we were going to do it. And then all of a sudden, everything falls into shambles, and it's like, damn, I thought we were past this. Like my rookie year, I think we only won like 6 games. I thought we were past this, but.
Hey, it's good for you, though. Maybe long run, you'll be able to look back on it. It sucks right now.
It humbles the hell out of you, and you learn from it, and then you grow from it to ultimately get back next year.
Yeah, we can't wait to watch you guys back. AJ has a question for you, Fred.
First off, how's your ankle feeling? We know you played the whole year on this fractured ankle. When did it happen? How did it happen? And how were you able to actually play through it and have such an unbelievable year?
Yeah, I appreciate it. It happened in Week 4 against the Patriots. It was a simple ankle sprain that happened to pull the bone. And it's just one of those nagging things. Because injuries, it's like, all right, they're either bad enough to keep you off the field or just good enough so you can keep playing, right? So it was one of those things where I was good enough to just keep playing and try to work through
Did it get better as the year went or worse? I would imagine worse.
Yeah, what are you doing? Are we doing needles? Are we doing acupuncture?
Yeah, I won't get into the specifics, but there was a lot behind the scene work to get me ready for a game,
You're doing
right?
urine baths?
You said what?
What?
Urine baths?
Yeah.
That's what AJ
Is
did.
the headset working, or that's what you was doing?
Yeah.
I was not doing. I don't know. I mean,
Steven,
all your
running?
No, I was good. I'm just saying, people, no stone left unturned. You know,
pee in the bathtub for
to
3
get healthy.
weeks. How you got to fill a bathtub with pee?
I think they do that. And then from what I heard, they go just 1 foot in, and then 1 foot out, and then you put 1 foot in, and you
Don't shake it and splash.
No, you shake it because
What
then
are you
you
shaking?
get the mist.
Okay, good.
I didn't do this. I'm just saying there
Right.
is a lot of weird things people do to try to get back to being
Sure.
healthy.
We'll see what the hotel room's talking about
Bingo.
tonight. I might, try that out.
What about those seats in the corner? We don't have to talk about it. But so whenever we're talking about the ankle, what was it? Did you do like what was the every day was trying to get that thing healthy, right?
It was, I mean, every day, you're trying to obviously get it to a good enough spot to then go out and perform at your best on Sunday.
Hey, we appreciate your seat.
But it's not just me, man. That's what everybody does. It's the NFL, man.
Not everybody. Yeah. Listen, you need to know that if that's happening with everybody in your locker room, you need to be pumped. And you need to bottle that.
Sure.
Because there's some places it's not happening.
I hear you.
Darius has a question for you.
Hey, people, coaches always talk about, this game, trying to make it just another game. What was your experience like compared to your first Super Bowl to your second Super Bowl as far as the preparation and actually playing in the game, like everything that leading up to it and actually when that moment is?
Yeah, I mean, it was super helpful my first time around having a guy like Richard Sherman who had been there 1-1 and, to pick his brain about how to approach the game. So I did. I felt like I went into the game well prepared, thinking about the game the right way, had an interception in the game, and late in the game I'm thinking, oh man, I'm about to win Super Bowl MVP. Like, we finna win. We up by 10 points in the fourth quarter, not a lot of time. And then things unfolded how they did. So then I learned from that experience, like, man, you better not get too high on your horse before the clock hits 000.
Yeah.
And I feel like I carried that over into the second game, right, where I stayed even killed, but we had this situation with Dre Greenlaw where he tears his Achilles.
Yeah. Crazy.
And it was just such an emotional dump. Like, it was, going in at halftime, seeing him, like, going through those emotions. So it was just a lot. And then obviously it was a long game because you go into overtime and you have to try to be one of the best to ever do it in overtime, and so it just didn't go our way.
Yeah, on that, Diggs has a question for you.
Yeah, you talk about that overtime game last year, and I was watching a little bit of it back yesterday, and the Chiefs, they just do so much off of the same formation, and a lot of teams do that now, but the Chiefs do it a ton. They do it a lot in the playoffs, and it's a lot of pat on the edge, on short yardage. Like, going back, did you like your game plan last year, and what do you think the Eagles' game plan could or should be going into this one to just try to slow that Chiefs offense down?
Yeah, I loved our game plan. I thought we came out hot. You got to remember, if you go back a year ago in that playoff last year, we were getting a lot of heat on defensively because of the way we were playing the run game against the Packers, against the Lions. They were running through us, right? And so we were going into the Chiefs game with a huge chip on our shoulder because nobody gave us a chance to halt, Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs offense. And so we came out humming, and I felt like we played well for 3.5 quarters, until it wasn't. So that's the Super Bowl, man. You got to keep your head down and stay present in the moment all the way through to the very end until the clock hits 000, and to hoist that trophy at the end.
Yeah, Patrick's special though, huh, man?
He's all right.
It's crazy. It does feel like there's just some people that just have like the it thing.
Got the it. Yeah, there's such thing as like having been there, done that, and being able to win the big game. And he's been able to do that obviously over and over again.
Travis Kelce, this guy.
It's pretty good.
Why? Why is he so good, do you think? Now, obviously, George Kittle, we were big fans of, top of game, too. Like, let's not we're not going to act like there's Brock Bowers seemingly about to go.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of incredible, but Travis Kelce, for how long he's done it.
Exactly.
And everything he's done in playoffs, he's going to go down GOAT conversation for good reason, by the way.
Sure.
Ohio guy. But what is it about him? He just runs his own shit, they say.
There you go. It's honestly his mind. I don't know what he thinks about. I don't know how he approaches the game, but the savvy that he plays with is unlike any other tight end, because when you go and you watch a tight end all week long and preparing for the guy, you're like, okay, he runs his corner route like he's going to run a corner route or he's going to run an in route. With Travis, he might have a corner route on, but he'll run a post, you know what I'm saying? Or he'll just kind of find some space and just sit down. And then you think you got him in coverage, and then he just works away from you and he's catching the ball.
Hooper.
He's a hooper.
It really feels like he's a hooper.
He's a hooper, and he talk a little trash too. So then he getting in your mind game too. So it's like, dang, do I talk trash? Do I not talk trash? So hey,
are you a trash talker?
Nah, I don't talk no trash, man. I just go out there. I play the game, baby.
You said if Travis hear this, though, you're about to send him a message? I was about to hear you're about to trash talk him.
Hey, listen, hopefully it's his last season. He retires, goes off into the sunset, and we ain't got to deal with him.
It's not. He said he's back 3 years, maybe 4 years, maybe 5 years.
He just keep going and going.
Speaking of next season, though, Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Fred, a few years with different defensive coordinators, and now you guys are bringing back Bob Saleh, who, obviously he's running stadiums, he's doing all that cool shit. How do you feel about him coming back, and do you think that is kind of like a consistency that you'll get back in the building after having those years of different coaches?
Yeah, super excited, man. I love Saleh, love everything about him. He was one of the few coaches. The draft process is horrible unless you're like the first overall pick. Maybe I don't know how it is for those guys in the first round. They might get talked up, but for a guy like me who's trying to prove himself,
you're a third rounder, by the way.
I was a third round draft pick, but I had a bunch of teams telling me like, oh, you can't do this, you're not this, you're not that, and then I took my 30 visit with the Niners, and I'm in there with Coach Saleh in his office. He's like, man, I really like your game. Like, this is how I see you playing in our system. And this is the first time I'm hearing these things. So I'm like, man, this guy, Coach Saleh, he's the best. And so they draft me, and I'm super excited. And then just had all the belief in the world to stay with me even through a rocky rookie season as a starter, and see it through. But, man, I love him. Happy to be back with him.
Your conditioning seemingly better than everybody. You're all over the place.
Mm-hmm. I try.
It is insane to watch you fly around. So is that all year? Are you taking time off after season? How do you get to be you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm on
that fly around.
I'm on that treadmill tonight. As soon as I get back to the hotel, man, just getting back in. No, I'm just playing, bro. You got to take some time away. You got to take some time away, do stuff like this with you, man. And then
Come on, and also save people time and money.
With Experian. Download the app today. Where's the camera?
Yeah. Either one you want.
Which camera am I looking at?
Hey, Experian, let's give some more money to Warner's.
Come on, doing a great job.
Him and his wife in a commercial.
Hear this promo?
We'll get another commercial going soon. Don't worry.
Yeah, and then another one.
And another.
Yeah. Because it's such a good product.
Absolutely.
And you're such a good representation of it.
Thank you.
Obviously, time and money. You want to save that? You pay the money to Fred, and he'll speed things up. This dude never stops.
No, he doesn't.
Hey, you're a maniac. I went to that. What was it? The Seahawks game.
Yeah.
Seahawks-Niners game. And I'm up in the booth with Kirk and Al. Okay, because we were doing game day somewhere, so it was just like stop at the Seahawks game. Never been there before. I want to see what it is. Bosa looks like a jungle cat.
Yep.
He literally takes up like an entire 5 yards somehow. That's 15 feet.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's like, holy shit, this thing is much bigger in person than you could ever imagine. And then he is just 1,000 miles an hour. And then you said you don't talk trash. You guys all talk trash. Now that I'm thinking back, your entire defense chirps.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an alter ego there. I'll say it.
You just lied, though. I literally just had to relive this.
I know.
Because the reason why, remember I came back and I was like, they're fast. They all talk shit.
Yep.
Everybody literally
You said
talks shit.
Super Bowl immediately.
Yeah, I said this team's going to the Super Bowl. But, is that defense the same? Like, Saleh's going to be able to come back, and you guys have you been running the similar defense, same defense with the crew because the people you have? Because you have pillars on that defense seemingly everywhere that we see every single season.
Yeah.
So is it the same defense?
It's a similar scheme, yes. You got to continue to try to evolve, obviously, so teams don't just pick up on what you're doing and just attack you. But similar scheme, we'll make some adjustments, though, for sure.
NFC West is only getting tougher.
That's right.
Why is it?
It is.
Yeah, I know. It's tough.
You guys were the Kings for a long time. Remember that?
Kind of. Not
This year-
really.
We still teams. Don't worry. I know. You a hater. Don't worry about that.
Absolutely. Ty, go ahead, Bob.
Yeah.
What's your relationship like with Brock Purdy? Because we've been big fans of his, and for the last several years, regardless of what he's done on the field, it's kind of been like, hey, this guy stinks. They have Christian McCaffrey. They have George Kittle. They have all these weapons. And even last year, now everyone's saying, like, hey, you can't pay this guy. The Niners can't pay this guy. They were in their window when he wasn't making anything. Have you noticed him kind of take more of a leadership role? Because everyone talks about how he's just quiet, kind of docile, played at Iowa State. What's your relationship like with him? And have you noticed, like, has he kind of taken that next step?
Yeah, I mean, anybody who listens to me knows that I love Brock Purdy. I love everything about him, the way that he's made up, the player that he is, his story. I mean, that's my thing is, like, how can you hate on a guy when he has the story that he's had and the success that he's brought to our team as mystery relevant, last pick in the draft, right? Like, I don't know of anybody else who's been the last pick in the draft and has been a starter, even a starter for a football team, nonetheless a franchise quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And he took a huge leap this year in leadership. I think just being in command of not only the offense but the team as well. And so I mean he's been awesome, man. The sky's the limit for this kid. I can just go all day with him, but he's been.
What are you talking about here? John Deere tractors? What do you think of that picture right there? Do you see it?
We were talking about the good old Bible right there.
Really?
Nice.
No, I don't know. He is a man of God, man. So
okay, how's that work? How's that work? Mormons versus non-Mormons. Legitimately,
we got to get Kyle on. We go have a full discussion about it.
I have massive respect to the Mormons, massive respect to all religions. Hey, listen, somebody's gonna be right. Can't wait. And hopefully it's the side that you were on. But and all that. Legitimately, that's how I feel. And I have nothing but respect for the Mormons because Austin Coley, I think I've told this story before.
Yeah, I know Austin.
Austin Coley and I got drafted in the same class, even though he's 14 years older than me.
That's right. Yes, I know how it
the
goes,
entire
yes.
thing. But he was married, had a family. He was awesome. And who was going to be the president? The Mormon.
Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney was going to be the president. And I knew nothing about Mormons. I'd never met a Mormon. I'm from Pittsburgh and went to West Virginia.
Yeah.
So I literally just, through one conditioning period with Austin Coley, 30 minutes, I'm like, I just want to hear it. I just want to hear it. What are we all... And it's just like,
he broke it down to you.
Broke it down, yeah.
Okay.
But I do not know the ins and outs of it totally.
Yeah.
You and Brock Purdy.
No, nobody does.
Well, that's a problem.
John, Our Jason, John?
Yeah.
Joseph
Smith.
Joseph.
Austin obviously didn't do a great
No,
job.
years ago.
That's
years
like the
ago.
basic fundamental.
Well, that's the bottom. That is how you get into this entire thing.
Sure.
Locker room, though. Everybody like each other?
Yeah,
Their locker
absolutely.
room?
No, it's a
lot of
great
ego, a lot of superstars, right?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of egos.
No,
lot of
no.
superstars.
Too many, some say.
Yeah, no. We won't say that. You gotta have ego, all right, if you want to be the best in the game. There's got to be a little bit of that. But inside the locker room, I feel like everybody's great, man. Everybody's homies. Everybody,
You got cool dudes.
chop it up.
everywhere.
Yeah, we got cool dudes all over.
AJ has the last question for you here,
Yeah.
Fred.
What about John Lynch? How involved is he day to day? And do you guys and the rest of the players on your staff know how good of a player this dude was? Now, he was an absolute headhunter back there when you could take dudes' heads off at the safety position.
Yeah, we wouldn't know unless Kyle Shanahan played clips of it in our team meetings.
Really?
Yeah, there's been times, I don't know if it's off season, in season, where John might talk to the team and then we'll play a little clip of him.
Oh, good.
Back in the day, just beheading cats. It's like,
He gets like an entrance video?
Yeah, absolutely. Entrance video. Well, I mean, rightfully so. It's John Lynch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's like crazy to even think like John Lynch is your GM. You know what I'm saying? But that just tells you everything you need to know about who he's looking at to add to the roster and add to the team, what type of players that we want because of how he played.
I also like the Kyle Shanahan's like, hey, just for you that are in the room that do not know what this
we got kids
particular
who were born in the 2000s now. It's like they don't even know what.
Hey, you see
why
this?
Why is the film grainy?
You see this bland-looking white right here in this suit? You see what's going on here? Let us remind you real quick. Okay, this guy is a man. He's in 2 Ring of Honors.
Oh, yeah.
He's gold jacket.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's 2 Ring of Honors. Like good enough career in 2 different places.
Got it,
They're
yes.
like, greatest of all time.
Threw the first pitch in the history of the Florida Marlins franchise as well.
Bingo.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're chopping that one out.
Hashtag stat that.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, actually, you should drop that to John Lynch in a negotiation
All right.
process. Every year, you guys have some contract thing.
Yes. That's what happens when you have really good players.
Because of everything we're talking about here.
Right.
How do you guys handle it? Like when there was a lot of those videos. Old buddy was just walking around practice. Ayuk was walking around practice with a backpack, and this was the stories we were talking about. What's going to happen today on the Ayuk front? Because he was maybe going to be a Steeler. He was maybe going to be a Patriot. So he was in our world a lot. And it felt like pretty big news, too, what was happening. So whenever he's just showing up at practice, and then we're trying to guess what the conversations are, locker room is like, hey, you got to do your business. And then as soon as he's back, all good.
That's it.
That's how you guys view it.
I mean, yeah, it has to be. Because at the end of the day, like the whole business side, nobody knows outside of football, right, how that whole business side goes. It gets, obviously both sides are competing to see, obviously, I want the most versus I want to give you the least, right? And so it's like at the end of the day, you got to come together in consensus to get something done that both sides can agree on. The players have nothing to do with that are not involved in the deal, and that's their situation. Let them handle that. And then when he gets back, welcome with open arms and let's get to work.
Okay. That's good because I think we said that's probably exactly how it went. Yeah. But boy, whenever he was bopping around that practice, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was an awesome day on the internet.
Yeah, he had changed his shorts at one point.
Yeah, that was awesome. There's so much drama from us, From like the outside looking in, especially with how the year was going. D-Bud has a question for you.
I just want to ask which way you leaning. It's early in the week. I know you're pretty more familiar with these teams than we are. Which way are you leaning if you are leaning a certain way?
Yeah, no, I mean if they could both lose, then that's I think that ultimately be the best result possible, right? I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, there's something to be said about having been there and done it.
Yep.
But the Eagles are loaded. I think it's going to be a great game. I don't know who's going to win, but it's going to be a good one to watch.
So when you play a team like the Eagles, like with Saquon doing what he's doing, do you think, okay, you're the right person to ask this question to, as I'm fully prepared to this entire interview on what I should ask you.
Sure.
We think run game becoming much more prevalent.
Yeah.
It's like cyclical happening right in front of our eyes, right?
Yeah, it's a cycle. Yep.
Went through pass game, which I think you benefited from because you were fast. You could run side to side. So I think linebackers had to get smaller because they had to be able to take over.
Call me small?
Yeah, that's what he did.
Smaller.
Smaller.
All right.
How much do you weigh?
235.
Okay, Urlacher was like 265 or something.
Oh, yeah, no. So it's been a dramatic change.
They used to be, I think AJ was playing at like 245, 250 or something.
Early on, yeah.
Yeah, so it was big. You had to be big because you were hitting.
There you go. A
And
lot more running these days.
Then it got spread out. You got to be able to run.
For sure.
Now there's teams that are trying to take advantage of maybe the size of that and run games coming back.
Yes.
You guys can feel that in your game planning week to week and everything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think for forever in time, the run game's got to be there in order to open up the pass game. For that to be effective, you have to have an effective run game. And I know for a fact that our offense, 49, for as long as I've been here, I've heard Coach Shanahan talk about how important the run game is. So, I mean, it is cyclical, though. I think it is a matter of smaller guys playing out there on defense. You want to take advantage of that. So then you get bigger guys, and then you spread it out a little bit more. So it's just going to continue to just go around in a circle.
You an NBA fan?
A little bit, but I saw the news. Luka. Yeah. You're a huge fan.
Of?
I see the basketball at your feet.
No, it's because there's a hoop over here. You wanted to try to give away some money?
Give away some money?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. You'll get a chance to shoot.
All right. I might make myself look a little silly right here, but I don't mind.
Bad balls.
Oh, no.
Maybe throw the football in.
Too light.
Yeah, it's too light. Way too light. Way too light. I think you're going to.
How about you give it a shot?
No, you'll granny shot.
Give it a shot.
No, you'll granny shot. You'll have 4 opportunities.
4 opportunities?
Yeah.
I can't just do a regular shot from right here?
Yeah, he can do
Watch
whatever the
that
hell you
light.
want. You can do whatever the hell
Watch
you
out
want.
for the light.
I think that's going to be a tough.
Yeah.
What about those white?
Line drive it.
Liner. Yeah.
I think what you are
Liner.
attempting to do right now is going to be very difficult.
You got it.
Is that ball really?
Fred
light?
Warner. It's Fred Warner.
Liner.
Buckets.
Okay.
Okay, it's light. It's light. It's light.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's light.
All right, Fred. If you're able, Fred,
That's bad right there.
if you're able to make this shot right here,
Yeah.
Okay. We will give 30 people $500.
Wow.
You repost this video, say something nice to somebody,
Okay.
and put the easiest way to pay them. Shout out to Fred and Experian if that happens. This is on
Golly, what is it?
X account, the platform formerly known
as
Twitter.
Okay, good. Here we go.
Fred, you do a lot of social?
I'm not big on the socials, no.
You dance on TikTok?
Huh?
No, I don't do the TikToks.
Do you dance?
Here we go.
Good American.
Here we go.
30 people. 30 people!
Oh!
You got robbed.
Right. What?
Oh, my.
There's no weight in the ball.
It's
That was
bad.
going in. That hit
telling you.
That was close.
It's a bad ball.
Oh, my goodness.
All right,
gracious.
Fred, here's the thing. If you make
Let's double it.
Come on. Whoa.
All right, Fred.
Okay.
From
Fred will
experience.
match.
It's all part of the plan right here.
Shout out Experience.
all
Ladies
part-
and gentlemen, shout out to Experience. You want to save time and money, download the Experian app today. Shout out to Fred Warner delivering that message.
Come on.
Fred, if you make that ball into that hoop right over there,
Yeah.
we'll give 50 people $500.
Wow.
All they'll have to do is repost this video, say something nice to somebody, and put the easiest way to pay them on X.
Okay.
And if you make it, I think they'll say, wow, Fred Warner's a hero.
Yeah.
That guy.
I think they'll say, wow, Experian is such a good app.
Wow.
Tournaments are
How,
cool.
how convenient is that? Not only did I win 500, I saved 500 from
They
Experian.
know.
How about it?
Wow, that's what you could do
1,000.
for 50 people who win $500.
Here we go.
Fred,
Everybody got their cameras out for this right here? Okay.
there is
here
a
we go.
big camera on you right now.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you got too
jacked
jacked
up.
up.
You're too jacked up.
jacked
We've
up.
seen that 1,000 times.
that
We've
was
seen
bad,
that
man.
1,000
But we said I was going to
times.
have 4 tries, though. So same deal. Same deal.
Same deal.
That's not how this
Run the
goes,
tape.
Fred.
Run the tape back.
That's not how this-
Run the tape back.
No,
Yeah.
I agree, but you're saying same deal. That-
Oh, we'll jack it up a little
Yeah,
bit more
shot
then. A little
three.
higher.
Oh,
Oh, experience.
worse.
Save time and money.
You're right. You're right. Let's.
You got to spend money to save money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not with Experian.
Yeah,
All you
but
gotta do is
no,
download the
no,
app.
no, of
All you
course
gotta do is download the app.
That's it. Just download the app and you good. Dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, a 4-time All-Pro linebacker, Fred Warner from the San Francisco 49ers, here with our friends at Experian.
Yep.
What a great app.
Great.
Great commercial too, honestly.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Made me
that.
wanna
and
go
my
get
wife.
it.
I already have it.
I got the boost
Do
too.
you?
Experian boost.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, your
They got a
credit
booster?
score.
Quick boost instantly. Boop.
Also,
Really?
my credit file.
Boost
My
your
credit file is locked,
Yeah.
so nobody can steal
You got
my
Experian?
identity.
You got that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I got
Right
the
now. Put
app.
your phone down. Get download it.
Yeah, it's already on there. It's already on there. Sure. Fred, if you're able to make this shot for the good people at Experian,
Okay.
100 people will win $500.
What?
Holy shite.
Here on our
the
first
hell?
day down
Oh, hey.
on Radio Row.
Okay.
Fred, you could be a hero to 100 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, 100 people.
This was all a part of the plan, by the way. I've been missing on purpose to try to get you to do this.
Oh, you said, let me throw this one through
Sandbagger.
the backboard
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
last
yeah.
one
That's
because you
exactly
knew something
right.
bigger was coming. 100 people, $500. Shout out to Experience, saving you time and money.
We got to get you on a commercial, by the way.
No, thank you. Oh, this guy sucks.
Yeah, please. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
You're not
my
lying.
God.
All right, we'll just do it anyway. How about that?
What?
That's not how the world works.
Fred's giving away.
Winners and losers.
Fred, if you were to shoot one more time, you think you would make
Got a
it?
football over there.
Shots are over with.
You're done with it.
I mean, I'll do it again, why? But, you know.
Do you think you would make it, though?
I think
That's
he
what I'm
will.
saying.
I
You-
think he's got the
Absolutely.
next one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just
Heard
got to
that
splash
before.
it.
You got to splash
He
because
makes the football.
Fred, this was the plan.
You got to
Fred.
bank
This
it
was the
in.
plan all along.
The plan was to build a little bit of hype, a little bit of
Right
excitement,
in your shooting pocket.
a little bit of A little bit of wonder. Is Fred Warner, four-time All-Pro, going to be able to bury a basketball shot here down at Radio Row for Super Bowl 59? If he is able to do it, very light ball. That ball is tough to control.
Slick.
Keep talking.
Very slick. Just one gust through here, and that thing would be blown off course. This guy sucks.
To be honest, I've hit it in the same exact spot.
To be fair, there are jingle bells on the rim.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what?
That does
It's
make
a
it
combination
more
of a lot of things.
That's New Orleans.
I think mostly because I can't shoot, but all the other factors are part of it.
You know what you can do? You can spread a great message on saving time and money.
That's right.
And that's what I learned today. Thank you for revisiting the worst year since your rookie year.
Thank you.
With us today. I know that's not
2020
fun.
wasn't good either, but
As you were giving answers,
for anybody.
Hey,
Yeah, not just you, man.
no, that's 2020.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was all of us.
Don't remember it forever, but yeah. You're 100% right. Yeah, Fred. Yeah, 2020 was tough.
Yeah, that was
Thanks.
What do you think?
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess football-wise, though,
Football
yeah,
wasn't too bad.
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't too good either, but
Yeah, I understand.
actual from a
We appreciate the hell out of you, man.
Thanks, brother.
Hopefully we get a chance to catch up soon. And we all know next year is going to be much different than this past year for the Niners.
sure.
And we're sorry you had to go through that. But
Sorry.
the sun is brightest
Before the darkest dawn.
after the darkest dawn.
Well, you get it.
Sometimes
Yeah, you never know.
you got the main part in
Gotta
there.
works both ways, though.
golden hour.
Well, the thing about it is I think it gets – the reason why is because you've experienced the darkest.
Sure.
So
And
now
now
anything
you see
would
the
be the
light.
brightest.
Practicality,
Brightest.
though. What if it's a cloudy day?
Never – yeah, you're right.
It's
Red
cloudy
sky
outside today.
morning, you know?
Sailor, take warning. Red sky at night.
Sailor's delight.
We know it all.
I
And we know
can
that
tell,
you
yeah.
know ball.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Warner. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, Fred. We know it all. Yeah.
That was shit.
It was
That
tough.
2020
Appreciate
year,
it. It was
though.
tough. Good luck, brother.
2020 year was tough.
That 2020 year, he
Man.
wasn't wrong. I mean, that was
2020
difficult.
wasn't a
That
good
sucks.
year,
Yeah. Coming to New England.
We needed that reminder too.
Man.
Think about it. Vrabel's cool.
Hey, see you later, Fred.
All right, Fred. Work on that
Hey,
shot,
save
Fred.
time and money, Fred, with Experian.
Careful with that rope.
That was really good work. Thank you. Shipley will rejoin us out here. I think Experian's going to be pumped that they got him.
They
He's
got
really
a-
good at selling the product. Like, he honestly, like, I understand why they hired him.
You know, have I ever met a Mormon that isn't good at talking?
No.
Good point.
It's a good question.
I just learned a lot about the Mormons in American Primeval.
Oh, yeah.
Boy,
Some bad people.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
they killed a lot of
I
people.
was going to say.
Some of them are some bad people.
I think
Apparently-
I think religion kills a lot of people. They kill a lot of
History.
people.
I think history is a lot of people killing a lot of people.
Joe Smith was a bit of a savage.
Really?
Yeah, on the battlefield.
I did not know anything. That is what American Primeval is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're a big part of it.
They were a gang, and not a good one.
Okay. Because there is good gangs.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, there is.
The Teamsters.
Okay. All right.
What are we talking about?
Welcome back, AQ Shipley.
Alan Quay.
With that being said,
What's up, boys?
Hey,
Fred
Q,
was
what-
great.
I thought so too. What'd you take away from that? Anything when you were listening in the back? What do you think people watching at home are like, ooh, fascinating there? They didn't know about Christian McCaffrey. I think that's a big deal.
Well, he doubled down on, it works in cycles. I think that's coming. I don't know when it's coming, but the big boys are coming back.
You think?
Yeah, I think
Already?
everybody's starting to run the shit out of the ball. It's going to happen in the next 5 years. We got to start getting bigger.
Well, and I think it's going to be with the modern athlete, every combine there's a new fastest human. Every combine there's a new biggest guy to jump that high. So I think we're going to be able to have the size to stop the run game. And I think there's going to be guys that can still fly. Like, I think this linebacker position is going to be awesome to watch going forward, especially if they're going to have to thud.
you got to be able to do it all. Now, you definitely, you used to be able to get away with being like a, in the box backer every once in a while. Now there's no like purely in the box back where I'm just going like B gap to B gap. You got to be able to do everything. And I think you're still going to have to, even though the big boys are coming back. But they just looking for matchups. Hey, if you're trying to play nickel against us all day, we're going to put some big dudes in. We're going to overpower you. Like, they just want to. They want to get matchups.
That's it.
Darius, you weren't scared to tackle. That's why I saw your body lifeless on a couple fields. And
That's part of it.
that was a little
Shout out.
I do it all. Yeah, stinger,
stinger, right?
shoulder. Throw the 185
Ewald.
around.
That was not a stinger.
So, hey, take this man off the field right right? That's a good teammate. Shout out Ewald.
Shout out to Ewald, yes. But DBs are going to have to, that's going to become more and more prevalent.
Oh, yeah.
Not that, DBs, there's corners, there's outliers. I think I'll watch through like NFL films to show me something, and it'll be like Dahn will go make a hit, but we're not looking to do that every single play.
No.
Like that is not the thought. There's going to become times now where the nickel is going to be expected to make a tackle on a very high percentage of plays. Also.
Oh, yeah, nickels are starters now. And when you come in as a nickel back, you're replacing a backer. And the best run teams on offense, they force the guys on the edge to make tackles. They'll crack block. The best teams have good blocking receivers, so they'll go and block a safety and just leave that cornerback unaccounted for. And you can see the cycles with the numbers of carries. Like last year, I don't think it was one back that had 300 carries. And this year we had 5 or 6. All the guys that move around got paid. They did well in their new spot. So, yeah. Guys get drafted higher in the position again. Gibbs, you see what he's been able to do. So, yeah, it's definitely coming back around.
I think so, too. And what was the stat Hembo told us? Like 715 rush attempts, 519 pass attempts for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep.
They are very much a run-heavy offense. And they happen to have the best offensive line in the game.
Well, I think, too, just to piggyback off what DB says, right? Like, I think there's so much speed on the outside that it forces teams into too high.
Yep.
When it's too high, we're hammering the run all game long.
Yep.
And then once you start hammering the run game all game long, now a safety's down in the box, and then we throw it deep.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with Kelly Moe being disciplined, sticking with the run game.
Sure.
Especially because that was not the story about Kelly Moe.
Mike
in
McCarthy,
Dallas.
I know Kelly Moe wants to do. He wants to run up the scoreboard. Trying to get a head coaching job.
Hey,
I've been there before.
You take care of the program. You take care of the football. Jalen Hurts, 7 postseason games, no interceptions. So you take care of that football and play good defense. Usually a good recipe.
On that note, with Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes and the run game, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for AP Tone's Better of the Day. Tony, AP Tone, Better of the Day.
Yeah, yesterday we talked about a player on each team to get a catch on their first drive. We love the tight ends. We talked about Goddard. We talked about Kelsey. We talked about how the history was there. Today's bet is going to be about the fourth quarter and the quarterback rushing yards. Patrick Mahomes over under fourth quarter rushing yards, 4.5. Jalen Hurts over under 6.5 in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Now,
Over.
there are so many ways. Yes, over.
Feels like
Over
it.
is the
All
play.
day.
Hey, scary though.
You never know.
Kneeling out.
That is the one way to lose this, because we've seen it. They take the kneel, especially if there's too much time on the clock and they're trying to waste time and they've got to go back 10 yards or whatever. But both these guys, like we've seen Mahomes in the fourth quarter 1,000 times, whether it's a pass play and he's flushed out and he runs for a first down.
Way over.
Or I talked about it with Fred. Third and 1, fourth and 1, they are always putting Patrick on the edge, run pass option. He is easily getting the 4.5 there. And Jalen, a little bit different. He will take off and run in the pass game, but he could have 3 or 4 like scheduled called runs.
Yeah.
Hey, Cuse, how do you feel about that?
Tush pushes?
Yes, tush pushes.
No, I didn't even think about tush push. That picks it up by itself.
Automatic.
The reason why that was the bet of the day, I think, is because when Tone presented it, we all said, that seems too easy.
Yeah.
Doesn't that feel too easy?
100%. Yeah, he's gonna break some contain and tightrope the sidelines, and they're not going to hit him. He might get it just on the extra 4 yards he gets on the tightrope that he takes advantage of the rules.
Well, even Mahomes last time they played the Eagles, he had the ankle, and that was the story. He got tackled in the second quarter, first quarter, was super injured, and it was like, oh, okay, so Mahomes can't move. And then on their game-winning drive, he escaped for like 25 yards up the middle of the field because they weren't watching him, and that would be easy over.
Also, it's a Super Bowl, so fourth quarter, let's assume both these guys are going to do anything they possibly can.
Yep.
And they're scrambling for their life, either catch up or to extend the clock. I mean, it's just like
He's going to get flushed naturally, too, with Philly's interior D-line. Like he's going to get flushed a little bit and have to run.
hey, that was AP Tone's Bet of the Day.
Yeah, good bet, Tony.
Great one,
What's the
Tony.
worst that could happen?
Well, they could probably change the odds on it. -110 for that, seemingly, how we all feel.
Yeah.
Good odds. Now, remember, we did have a parlay a couple years back where all we needed was Patrick Mahomes to throw for like 220 yards or something. He had like 3 touchdowns and somehow only threw for 170 or something.
Yeah.
Burrow the year before.
Yeah, sacks. So everything always looks obvious,
It does.
which is why we're saying that's not guaranteed there.
No.
But we like it.
No such thing in betting.
We like it a lot. We like them both. We're doing a lot of that. As we continue from Radio Row down here in New Orleans, the set is immaculate. We can't thank everybody enough. The convention center is filling up for Radio Row for Super Bowl 59, and we will continue on the other side with Trey Hendrickson. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Of about 30 people moving through the back end of the business field here. And in the middle of it is this black Samoan man who has become the most famous human on earth.
Great guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. There's thousands and thousands of people skipping class to come see your big ass.
Listen, there is thousands and thousands of you skipping class. It doesn't matter if they go to class.
Moana is one of the best animated films of all time. Okay, can't wait for the live action.
Thank you, yes.
But
You're welcome.
we talk about Moana,
What can I say except you're welcome?
and we talk about Moana.
Honestly, listen, kid, I could go on and on. I could explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground. Oh, that was Maui just messing around. I couldn't have buried its guts. Sprouted a tree, now you got coconuts. What's the lesson? What is the takeaway? Don't mess with Maui when he's on a breakaway. And the temperature here on my skin is a map of the victories I win. Look where I've been to make everything happen. Look at the me, Maui just tickety-tapping. That's it.
Still got it.
On the Samoan side, Polynesian side, we have a word called mana. Mana is spirit. Mana is power. Mana comes from in here. It's the thing that gives you goosebumps. It's that thing you feel. It's that thing when I walked out and we felt this thing. This is mana. This is mana. It's very, very, very real, and you could feel it. Wow. Little things like I don't get driven anywhere. I don't want to get driven anywhere. I don't like chauffeurs. Keeps me in my way just a little grounded. Like I could drive myself everywhere and not telling some guy, hey, take me here, take me there.
That is something I'm going to start saying like, yeah. Because when they open your door, you feel so bad. I can open my own door, dude. They're trying to be courteous. It's their job. But also, the day I stop opening my own door is the day I become a big old bitch.
Here we go.
That's a big cup. Sorry, Mike.
And here's the iconic sound. You guys know it. This special Terramana toast goes out to Passion. Congratulations on your show. Very proud of you. Very proud of all you boys. And to all of you, love you guys. Thank you for the support. Keep kicking ass. Cheers. In my world, when I sit down and we're talking about movies and all this other shit, it's never this. It's never this, back with the boys, and you. So I appreciate it, and this one's to you. Thank you, boys.
To you, pal. Cheers.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take 5.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Convention Center down here in New Orleans at Radio Row of Super Bowl 59. Hour 2 of the program starts right now. Football! It is wonderful. It's a celebration this week down here in New Orleans. I think it is every week, most weeks down here. Yeah. But this week we're celebrating ball, and everybody that talks about sports has come to this wonderful town that's known for hosting people and having a good time. We'll be trying to do as such while chit-chatting with people we don't get to talk to all year because everybody's here. Now, the bathroom is about 70 yards that way. So as soon as that clock struck 57 and we went to a break, there was a full Home Alone at the airport sprint to the bathroom over here. Almost didn't make it back, but I'll tell you, this place is beautiful, and it is certainly filling up. We're lucky to be here. Trey Hendrickson will join us in about 10 minutes from the Cincinnati Bengals. He knows this area.
Oh, yeah. Very well.
He knows this area very well. Cannot wait to chit-chat with him. The Talks the Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Sweet shirt, Con Man.
Yeah, thank you very much. I actually screwed up the order on it, It shouldn't have been all black. Of course, slop them up, sloppy steaks. We all know what we're doing here. I can't wait to slop them up later on too with you fellas. But no, this is a nice one. I've been waiting to break this one out. It's a good little shirt.
It looks very professional. You look like you're dressed up, and the hair. A lot of people commenting, really bringing your A game at Super Bowl.
Yeah, I figured this is the year. Hey, let's stop screwing around. We're growing up. This isn't our first rodeo. I might as well act like it for once.
We've been here a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It is wild because although this is like, we've only been on ESPN now the last 2 years, 2 seasons here. We've been coming here a long time.
Long time.
And we never understood why ESPN didn't come here.
No.
Like legitimately never.
Still don't.
Still don't get it. Still don't fully understand.
Still not doing it.
Because you can really feel it.
Yeah.
And everybody in here loves the game. Everybody loves sport, or at least covers the game and loves the sport. And it's there's an actual palpable buzz. It feels like Super Bowl week.
It does.
While the show has gone on, I've been thinking to myself, yeah, it's Super Bowl. It's almost like, I don't want to say I was kind of forgetting about that, but then as it was going, it's like, man, Jay Glazer just walked by over there.
What? Where?
Yeah, Jay Glazer just walked by over there. Yeah, I mean, it's just like the amount of people that are walking by, it's like we're in the game now. And shout out to New Orleans for being the host, and shout out to the football community coming together to celebrate a hell of a season.
Yeah, without a doubt. And like you said, if we were, at some restaurant or some beer garden, you're not getting that. You're not getting Glaze walking by and just everybody on the set. Is it a little distracting? Sure. Because, you see Jay Glazer, your eyes go right to him.
Well, that's the thing. I was talking to Fred here, and then literally everybody in the back, head,
boom,
turned that way. And
Mark Ingram said hi.
Okay, so I still didn't, to this moment, I had no idea who it was because I didn't want to disrespect Fred, but I couldn't wait to hear who was potentially walking by because it could be anybody.
Exactly.
One half of the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys AP Tone is here, just gave out his bet of the day. The over-under on quarterback rush yards in the fourth quarter, seemingly lower than we would expect for both of these quarterbacks. I like that we're giving those out. Maybe a little, something to think about.
We got plenty. I mean, there are thousands and thousands of bets for the Super Bowl. It is the greatest spectacle of all time as far as the betting world is concerned. So we'll have more tomorrow, more the day after.
What's the national anthem time? Do we know?
Since sports betting has moved to not offshore and legal, they don't really do that anymore.
Okay.
That's bull.
Who's singing it?
I don't even know who's singing it.
You got to pay attention. Who did it at the Royal Rumble? That lady.
I don't know, but it was the over.
Incredible.
It was good, and it was long. It was good, and it was long.
From the Grammys. Good Lord.
Yeah, it was long.
I get it. But
it was long.
Look, there's one thing you don't remix, okay? And that's the national anthem.
She did.
They remixed. What? She said all words I said.
She was giving herself 10 seconds in between words. Beautiful.
She was breathing because she wanted to make sure she hit it properly.
Absolutely. Beautiful voice.
It was long. It was a long one, though.
Yeah,
Very long.
But good.
I actually got 120 seconds allegedly is what chat is saying at the moment for the national anthem. But as I was sitting there, I kind of got emotional for a second because it was like Lucas Oil Stadium, and you're doing it, and the place is packed out, and it's like, oh shit, this is it's a pretty cool little thing here.
Yeah.
For my life, this is a pretty cool little thing. So I started getting a little emotional, and I'm staring at that window, and I'm like, I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
That window was that's my enemy there. Because when that window was open, that thing was a wind tunnel, and my life was worse than everybody else's on the field whenever that happened. So I hated that thing. So literally, as I was standing there, I was like, talking shit to the window. Good to see you again, and then look over at the Jumbotron, it's in there. Then I'm having a moment. I'm like, it's pretty cool. Lucas Oil Stadium. Feel like this is a good moment that, I should take in. This is a pretty cool thing. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, where are we? She was 2 sentences in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, we were
15-second pauses.
I mean, I looked at Cole at one point. Holy shit, the Bears here. But I looked at Cole at one point. I think we were both like, we got a long way to go here.
Yeah, what's going on?
But it was great. She nailed every note.
She did.
She nailed every single note. So it was a great performance, but it was long, I agree. 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler's here looking incredibly cool.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
Super Bowl champion, college football national champion, A.J. Hawk is here. 12-year NFL vet, Super Bowl champion, A.Q. Shipley's here. And, ladies and gentlemen, a man who works for Fox now, used to work for ESPN and for Game Day. He goes by a professional name now, I believe.
He does.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, friend of the program, Chris Felica, also known as Bear.
Bear. Wandering by and figured I'd stop by. And
how are you? How's life?
I'm good.
The college football season, 12-team playoff, biggest season, longest season of all time. You've been around college for so long. Your thoughts on it?
I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. I was not pro-expansion, but it was pretty cool to have that many games and keep that many fan base's interest in it. Now, the wait between the games, that's another story, but
You
I
want them
loved
to
it.
seed? You want to change the seating, I assume.
Yeah, the seating was a joke. You should just do it 1 through 12, top 1 through 1, 2, 3, 4, get buys, and we go from there.
How do you feel about how cold that damn those games were?
That was awesome.
Yeah, but if they move it to like a lot of us were pitching, there needs to be another round of home field games.
Yes.
Hell no.
Yes.
Dude, it would be so cold. I honestly, I don't know. And maybe this winter was different. Maybe this winter was colder.
I think it
Yeah,
was.
I mean, the NFL does it every year.
This winter was cold as shit. Yeah, and the NFL does do it.
You guys looked very comfortable in Columbus that night. It looked good.
So cold. That was cold as shit. I bet.
I was sitting. I was like disappointed. I'm like, I wish we were doing. Big Noon was doing a show there, and I'm like, nah, actually, I don't. My couch is kind of nice.
It was ice cold. But that was a part of the conversation, like, you know, how the conversation goes around SEC bias. You know, SEC
Yes.
bias, SEC bias.
Well-
There's a lot of that happens, okay?
Well, ESPN's the SEC bias.
Okay.
And Fox is the Big Ten bias.
Do you guys get that? Do they say that about
Oh,
you guys?
absolutely.
Okay, so everybody gets attacked for
Yes.
that because
Yeah.
it is attackable. Okay, that makes sense. That helps me out
Yeah.
a little bit more. But the conversation was like, in the SEC, you got to play these big ones every single week. You know, that's what the SEC coaches say. Nick says it, Kirby says it, Lane Kiffin says it. Everybody says it. You know, what the North never said back is, every week late in the season, we got to play in freezing cold temperatures. So we can't be built as fast. We got to be built a little bit more physical. And that cold weather being an equalizer, I think was big for college football.
It was awesome.
Especially with how it was like the coldest.
Yeah.
It was
So
like the
cold.
North showed up too. It was like, yeah, we're gonna make this shit as miserable as possible.
The North remembers we're going Game of Thrones there.
Will
I
Howard
like it.
did. Yeah. How'd you feel about Will Howard?
Awesome. That was great. But that was the best part about the portal is like seeing a guy like Will Howard go somewhere do well. Indiana, like the season that they had, bringing all these guys and revamping their team with
Vandy.
But Howard was a guy who, remember earlier in the year it was like, ooh, is this the guy? He had a terrible game against Michigan. Like, can they actually do this? But he was great, and that throw to Jeremiah was ridiculous. But
3rd and 11, baby.
Unbelievable.
Chip Kelly's last call, basically.
How
Last
about
big
that?
call is,
How about Chip? Back to the NFL.
Like it or don't like it?
Good for him. Billy, he got his college redemption, won his ring, won his chip with the Buckeyes. They maybe can go out to the Raiders there with Pete and make playoffs.
And
Tough division.
life is good as an offensive coordinator, as we know.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Bear, we miss you, brother. Good to see you. Tone, you have any questions for Bear?
Yeah, we have to ask the Bear. Do you have a favorite bet for the Super Bowl?
I play an under 49.
Okay.
I don't think it's as high scoring as people think. I think we had long time consuming drives, and I don't think we're both seeing both teams in the 30. Under 49.
As we chit-chat about how we felt about the fourth quarter rushing yards, I'm excited to get his answer because how we all feel.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we all feel one way.
Yep.
Yes.
So that would normally mean, how do you feel about this particular prop? Fourth quarter rush yards for the quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts is like 6.5 yards in the fourth quarter. Patrick Mahomes 4.5 yards in the fourth quarter. Obviously, the kneel down is a thing.
Right, exactly.
We all love the over, though. We all love the over for how these offenses operate and what this season has been. How do you feel? Have you thought about that? Have you heard about that? And what is your immediate reaction?
I got burned on Mahomes over against the Niners in 2020. Well, the -7, -8, and that cost me. But I like that because I think if you probably, and I'm going to factor in, that's one of the things I like Mahomes' first carry over 4.5 yards because I think you're going to see pressure. He's the one thing that the defense can't contain and prepare for is Mahomes. Everyone's covered. That gain is 7, first down, move to 6. But I
you
like
look quick there, didn't he, Bear?
very quick.
No, you look quick.
But I like that in the fourth quarter as well because you figure these teams are going to be third and 5, pass rush, everyone covered, take off first down. I'd go over on both of those.
Okay. All right.
That made Bear.
All right. We're with Bear.
That's big,
Hey,
Bear.
we appreciate you, Chris. Good luck the rest of the way, brother.
Absolutely. Good
Love you,
seeing
Bear.
you.
Love you, Bear. Love you, Bear. Bear's a man.
Oh, yeah.
He's like a dancing bear there. Did you see him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He has so much knowledge
With
on
the pants.
everything.
He really does, yeah. That was kind of the thing at game day. I didn't get a chance to experience it, because he was on his way out, basically, as I was coming in. So we got like 1 year together. Just you fire something over at him, and it's just like a Rolodex actually opening in his brain. Like the way his eyes are just we go through the pages.
Calculating.
Search through here, and boom. Yes, it was Jack. It was. Yes, it was. Yeah. The kid from Ohio. Yes, he's from Ohio. Yeah. 5-star. Like you see him like unraveling things, like more information. It's like special guy, special talent. I mean, I love my time with Bear. Hilarious human being.
And the other guy's not half bad either.
Love Stanford Steve. Hey, he's locker room guy.
Oh, yeah.
Stanford Steve. Speaking of, AQ Shipley here, ladies and
So
gentlemen.
maybe
All right, Q, what have we not talked about enough, you think, in the sports world? Luka Doncic being the dumbest thing that has ever happened. Do you think
Crazy.
you're an NBA guy?
Big NBA guy.
People forget high school basketball Hall of Famer.
Yep.
That's right.
Okay,
Who you used to dunk on? That big guy?
Nate Hartung.
There it is.
Well, he didn't dunk on Hartung.
Hartung dunked on him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
the toughness you see from him is
Still
because
bringing it, right?
Yeah, still bringing it.
Still bringing it.
Yeah.
Thought I saw him on a
In the
highlight.
G
recently.
League?
no Edinburgh.
BYU guy,
He's up
for
at
sure.
Edinburgh. He went to BYU.
Think for like a
he's a
cup
Mormon.
of coffee.
They don't drink
because he went to the
Can't have caffeine
Lumen right
there.
after his
Cup of
first
tea.
year.
There it is.
Nah,
Couple
that has
decaf tea.
too.
Yeah.
Okay, so Luka Doncic
Yeah.
gets traded out of Dallas. We've talked about this numerous times off air as well. I'm trying my best not to be like, I hate the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, like I'm trying my best not to. Luka has become maybe other than Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers. Okay, because I love that squad. TJ McConnell, Spicy P and the boys, love them. Okay, good people too. Been great in Indianapolis. We appreciate the hell out of them. It's all of a sudden like Luka's big babyface in my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Luka put this place and this organization on his back. From what we're watching, from what matters on the court.
Oh, yeah.
What the actual business is, what the actual thing is, all the way to the finals. And then a couple people in the building, we don't like the way this guy goes about doing what he's doing. And they just run his ass out of town pretty much. That's crazy to happen to a star in the NBA. But I guess it should kind of reframe our idea that all the stars run the NBA.
Sure.
You know, like maybe it's not like that. Maybe it is. Maybe it does have some NFL in it where people will let pettiness or think that they're super geniuses get in the way of decisions. I mean, it was a wild move. What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, he's 25 years old, and he's a top 3 player in the NBA, right? I mean, at the end of the day, in his prime, and you just let him walk out of the building. You don't let good
No,
people.
you don't let him walk. You actually,
Yeah, kick his ass out.
Boom, get out.
Hell out.
Get out. Yeah, you just don't let that happen. You just don't. I mean, it's when you got good players and you got good people, keep them in your building.
It's so
period.
crazy that, like, there's rumors of Giannis being traded now, and, like, normally you'd be like, well, that's definitely not happening. But now this year, you're like, maybe it will.
I'll only know if Shams tweets it.
Bingo.
What did he get off the call for?
He got off the call for some
Caleb
other
Martin?
schlub getting
go,
traded
gotta
out of
go, gotta
Dallas.
go.
He had a big one today, though.
Schlub. What are you talking about? Schlub?
What,
These guys are in the NBA.
Caleb Martin.
Exactly. He's a fantastic player, but when you go from Luka to a guy who isn't Luka, it is going to be a schlub. But the Milwaukee Bucks did trade for Kyle Kuzma today.
yeah.
They moved Chris Middleton. Yeah, that was the big one this morning, which is kind of a massive trade, but also Kyle Kuzma, who knows?
Washington Wizards were looking into Kevin Durant potentially.
That's
allegedly.
right. Yep.
Oh, Pac's here. Smell me, Pac. Pacman Jones show's here.
Smell me?
Pac, what are you doing? Are you live down here?
Yeah, I'm live.
Pacman Jones show?
No, not live on the show. Just making my rounds.
Okay. Hey, how is great season out of you? Proud of you, buddy.
Boy.
Proud of you, man. Proud of you, dude. Look, good year, good interviews.
Thank you.
How'd you get into flow? Did you enjoy the season as a whole?
Yeah, I did. It took me a little time to find my groove, but found my groove. Enjoyed talking shit, watching you guys, stealing a lot of things from y'all.
Hey, it's all right. That's
Come
not
on,
stealing,
what's up
man.
with my brother over there, man? I like your hair.
Hey, look at your jacket, man. That
So
thing
cool.
looks
So
sick.
cool, dude.
You know, everybody can't wear what I wear.
Yeah, I know. Any day. I could not wear any of it, but I like 2 mics on you. Smell me. I mean, you are rolling. Co-host here.
Hey, what's up, Pat?
Dude, how you doing? So you're originally from, I looked it up a little bit. Originally from TMZ, now working with Pac.
Yes, sir.
You guys are creating, he became inside. Pac became an insider. You guys started breaking news.
Yeah, I know.
Are you excited to
Adam
be?
Schefter.
Are you excited to be in the sports world with Pac?
Fired up about it.
Nice.
It's a rocket ship, man. We're having a blast.
Okay, so how often are we recording?
Twice a week.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hell yeah, boys.
Let's go. Pac. How's family?
Family's great. They running around here. Wife is running around here somewhere.
Hey, what's up, Tish? Good to see you.
Good. Boys are doing good. You know?
Hey, a lot of conversation around West Virginia right
A
now.
lot of conversation, my boy.
Hey, I think we're gonna have a quarterback that's able to throw. So maybe there's a wide receiver.
Sources.
How has it been going though?
It's going good, man. He's, I would say, 95% healthy now, coming back off the knee injury. I don't know. It's going to be interesting where he picked to go.
We're talking about Chris Henry Jr. here, obviously, baby boy of Slim, who has been, in the Pacman Jones residence and house since then. Whenever you think about West Virginia bringing Rich Rod back, I know we've talked about this, obviously, off air. I think that's where we're starting.
I like it.
Good expectations.
I like it.
I don't love that that's where we're at. Easy.
Schedule came out yesterday. Looked pretty doable.
All right. Hey, keep crushing it. We're proud of you, man.
All right, love y'all, man.
Hey, you too.
Thank you, guys.
What a sick jacket.
It's awesome.
Sweet.
It is.
All right. AQ will do the Shipley Shuffle.
Yep.
As our next guest will get suited and booted. This is an honor here.
So awesome. It's the best.
I feel like this is a pretty cool opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
It does really hit you, too, like, oh, shit. The Super Bowl is on Sunday. Like, the last game of the year, the entire season boils down to this. It's the best.
We've been a fan of this dude for a long time because doesn't wear gloves.
Sure.
Old school. Goes about his business.
Yep.
Has had quite a showing for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
He's from the warm, too. So, grew up in Florida. Doing it in Cincinnati, day in, day out. I respect it. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest in the game in history. Sack leader from the 2024 NFL season. 35 and a half sacks over the last 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Trey Hendrickson.
Oh, what?
What's up, man?
So fit.
Yeah, stand up.
He looks like a teenager, bro. He looks like a teenager.
Yeah, I like these little Nike slip-ons.
Nice.
I want those Nike
He's
slip-ons.
got tape on his finger still.
You probably just
Oh, he
messed
broke
up
his
shirt.
finger, Ty.
Hey, I had to check him.
Yeah,
I had to check him.
Start on
Packer
Backlist
fan.
now.
Watch it.
I had to check
Don't
him.
hurt your hand. Teddy Karras is over to the right.
Oh, the GOAT.
Yeah.
Dog go.
Hey, baby, Teddy, good to see you, dude.
Oh, yeah,
good to
Ted.
see you, Teddy.
Great to see you, Pat. Got a hat for you. You know I do.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear what Trey has to
Yeah,
say
can I
here
get
this
this?
morning.
You got it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Trey, obviously teammate there, Teddy Karras. What an absolute legend. Do you know that in his sophomore year of high school, he drank a gallon of milk every day because he was trying to gain weight?
I've heard the stories. I heard the vomiting stories, too.
Yeah. He said he got sick and it made him feel terrible, but it didn't work. But he just committed to it because he wanted to be an NFL guy, family and NFL guy. Let's talk about you. Trey, incredible. Hey, getting to the passer, buddy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it.
And I mentioned it there. You're from Florida. You play in the cold. In Cincinnati is where I think you've kind of done your hello world, I'm a role player. How has Cincinnati been? Being in a cold-ass city during football season, how has that been? And what are your thoughts on the Cincinnati Bengals 2024 season? That was.
Well, first off, I love Cincinnati. I mean, it's a home to me. My son was born there. Tremendous opportunity to play football at a high level. 2024 season, I think playoffs was the goal. Sitting out last 2 years was kind of tough. But end of the day, I think we did great, to rally around the guys we had and playing for a cause. Yeah,
it was a weird year. We were just talking to Fred Warner. Weird year for the Niners. Felt like a weird year for you guys because so many people were playing great, including you. So many people were playing great, but for one reason or another, it wasn't working out. When you look back on the year, and you guys went on that late run, obviously, when you look back on it, always had faith, going to make the playoffs, always had faith, we're going to be in this thing in the end, thought you had it on this team?
Yeah, I think, when you have a guy like Joe Burrow spinning it at a high level, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins catching the ball, Chase Brown running it, great O-line too, you have that offense set. Our defense kind of found our own groove coming into the end of the season, and credit to Lou Anarumo for, putting that together for us and leading us to a winning season.
So Lou Anarumo now with the Indianapolis Colts. He's a friend of the program.
Oh, yeah.
He's been on, Pies on. We've gotten a chance to chit-chat with him. What type of defense do you think he brings in Indianapolis whenever it comes to, the humans he's looking for? And how did you feel as Lou Anarumo, the coach for Trey Hendrickson?
Well, I was blessed to be productive under, his scheme, and I think he does a good job of making it a very open room, meaning you can talk to him about scheme. This doesn't necessarily fit to what we think we're going to do to attack him. Very organic. And, he's a leader of elite men. You got guys at 4 and 8 to kind of rally behind a cause and, continue to win football games. And, I love him. He's a great friend to me. He was a mentor to me as well with the kind of some of the struggles that happen as you become a successful player, through that, he's been a tremendous mentor, and I wish him nothing but the best.
What do you mean about the struggles that come? First of all, I love hearing that about the new Indianapolis Colts defense coordinator. Shout out to Lou Anarumo.
Yeah, shout out.
But whenever you say the struggles, whenever it comes to becoming great, what do you mean by that?
It was one of those things that there were some question marks when I signed in Cincinnati originally, and he's always been there and supporting me in every direction that I had to go. And as I continued to grow as a player, to stay humble and to be productive under his defense was special.
Did he say you should put gloves on?
He mentioned it a couple times. He saw me getting a little bloodied up, and he's like, "You probably should throw gloves on." But I'm too far gone.
Okay, so what is it? You like to feel it? Yeah.
It's an old style mentality. I think tape does the job. Sam thinks I'm nuts, but it is what it is.
Hey, and what's on your finger there?
So this is like one of those boutonniere fingers. You got to keep it straight. Actually, this is like Sam's like his brace. Like he designed it. Obviously, it's mine, but this was his baby on paper. So. It works like a dream, so it's healing great.
Okay, so your fingers are going to be nasty when you're done.
Hopefully not. They're doing well so far.
Yeah.
But
he does have straight fingers.
What happened to yours?
Yeah, what happened to you? He's got strike shape.
I wore gloves. That was my problem.
Oh, you think the gloves?
I think that's the problem.
Yeah, no, I wasn't tough enough.
So what is it? You put gloves on and you say,
I cannot imagine playing without gloves.
I couldn't mean either. I wore one.
It was definitely one of those things that I slipped off Tyrod Taylor a couple times in preseason. Sweaty gloves, and it's just like I've had enough of these. So. Yeah.
Okay.
And then since then, it was just kind of like a mentality, and from there, we just.
How are the hands? How are the hands?
Hands feel great.
No, catching. Can you catch?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm all right. I played tight end in high school, so.
They need to let you get in there and just kind of slip out. D-Bud has a question for you, Trey.
Yeah, how frustrating is it now? How different is it now? Now that you're at the top of the league, you're not creeping up on anybody. You're a game wrecker. So on Wednesdays, offenses are going in and putting you on the screen. Just led the league in sacks. So now how has your prep changed now going into Sundays?
Sack king. That's
well,
cool.
I think, it's you don't want to go too far away from the fundamentals and technique that get you to where you want to be. It's the small steps in life that get you, and it's the consistency of chopping wood every week that makes the tree fall. So I've been blessed to have an opportunity to rush at a high level. All credit to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm very thankful of that, and obviously being with great teammates and great schemes, like I said. Wish nothing but the best to Lou and all the teammates I played with.
So when Jesus Christ blessed you with life, okay, he said this guy's gonna have a high motor. Good get off, explosion. What do you think you work on most? And what do you think is the thing that you do well? What do you know is the thing that you're great at?
Oh, well, I've been explosive. That's a good way of putting it. I think, you can kind of see at a young age that you can do those things and play football that way. But I've been blessed to have a lot of great coaches in my life. Ryan Nielsen when I was first drafted. Charlie Partridge, who's with the Colts as well, was my head coach at FAU. Fantastic coach. Fantastic. He's a good dude. So, it's not just me. It's the people I've met along the way that have molded me and shaped me into who I am today.
Yeah, you've done the work, though.
Yeah, it's fun to put in work.
So you're from
Orlando, Florida, north of Popka.
And then you were down here in, obviously, Louisiana.
Yep, 4 years.
And you have Hello World Party in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And now the big question is, and I don't like to do this, but we got to. I want to let you know we asked Fred Warner some tough questions.
Yeah, we did. Very tough ones, like the Mormon one.
He sat in the pocket.
That's a tough question.
He certainly did. It was
for sure.
Yeah, but he got it right. I think. I'm going to act like it. I'm going to act like it was right. Yeah. Hashtag journalism. So when we're chatting about the Bengals, everybody needs paid.
Yep.
Everybody needs paid. Mm-hmm. Everybody. The same thing with the Niners. Every single year, the Niners deal with a similar situation. When you have a lot of great players, especially if you draft them, so they're coming up on their first big paydays, you kind of make them, and it kind of happens there. You got massive paydays around the corner, especially with where the NFL salaries are going. $275 million projected cap next year, but that could even go even more through the roof. You are at a position that is always going to be very, very important. Whenever all this shit is happening around you on your team, I don't think we've ever heard you talk about it at all. What is your mentality? Do you say, the business will take care of itself? I got to focus. How do you handle it all? And do you guys know the situation that is happening around you business-wise?
Well, credit to my wife. She has to listen to me when I go home. So, she's been such a blessing to kind of bounce ideas off of. But I think there's a time and a place. I think the offseason is a good spot to kind of address these kind of issues that do come up. And during the season, when you're talking about OTAs or camp, you don't want to become a distraction for the team, because inevitably the goal is to win a Super Bowl for Cincinnati. What that looks like this season, if it's something that we can agree on in terms, that would be great. Ideally, my wife and I would love to stay in Cincinnati. If it's something that helps the Bengals win a Super Bowl, if they get picks or anything like that, I want to help win a Super Bowl for Cincinnati if I'm there or not.
Okay, interesting, because Duke is speaking about it now. Duke Tobin, general manager for the Cincinnati Bengals. He was down at the Senior Bowl and he chit-chatted about it. And I don't even think we really were like, oh, Trey There is a situation because everything's on the offensive side. So going forward, this is something you have to experience and live life with right now. This is a part of your life right now, having to deal with what the future looks like.
Yeah, I would have preferred to kind of heard it for my play to do the talking. And at the end of the day, I think the chips will fall where they're going to be. And like I said, whatever happens, I want to win a Super Bowl for Cincinnati.
Good time to be a sack king.
Pay the man.
Yeah.
Very good time. I mean, what are we talking about?
Good time to be a sack king. Yeah, good for you, Trey. No gloves. Don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be a distraction. Everybody else is pissed about their money.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, there's stuff. I'm not pissed, but I'm wondering.
I think you're doing all right.
Wondering.
I think you're doing all right.
Yeah, I think you're wondering. No, you. I'm talking about you.
No, you're doing all right.
Yeah, well, thank you. We are doing good. The crew is doing good. But I could see how you were wondering about, when am I allowed to, is there even I don't know how this, I don't want to distract anything from anybody. And you talked about winning a Super Bowl. It's hard to win a Super Bowl, dude.
Well, look, there's a couple things that you want to, you have to separate the business and the personal, like with my wife and my family, we're looking for long-term security, guarantees. Those kind of things matter when you're playing a violent sport. And when you take the risk, we talked about it last year with the front office and things like that. And I have nothing but respect for them. They've taken care of my family beyond my wildest dreams. I was running down on special teams at L3 in 2019. So to come this way and to be rewarded for the way I played in New Orleans, I'm very humbled and appreciative of the opportunity they gave me. I continue to chop wood, like I said, continue the hard work that the Lord has put on my heart, and, let the chips fall where they will.
The Lord dropping you at L3 is a wild place. You're way too big to be an L3. You are way too big to be an L3. I appreciate you saying that. AJ has a question for you.
Yeah, we know you've had success playing against this Chiefs team, especially individually. We know you can rush the passer. What does this Chiefs offense do that makes it so tough to beat them?
Well, I think you got a really special head coach, and then you have really talented quarterback, tight end, and a lot of key pieces. Then they like to have fun out there. They're John.
Can you tell? In the biggest games, you can hear them talking. Does it look like it's a collaborative effort?
Yeah, and they look very, very smooth too. But I mean, again, credit to Lou. We've had their number a couple times. They've had our number. It's been great games. And it's fun to sack. Pat Mahomes.
It's fun to watch your highlights too.
Yeah, I saw it over there in the corner. But he's a tremendous quarterback, and he's been in such big games very often. And credit to him and what he's done for his team.
What was that celebration there? I saw at the end we gave a kiss up to the Lord, I believe. Did you do arms straight out?
Yeah, that's a credit to Demario Davis. He had that one. That's the Lord, he's been good to me. Yeah, so,
so that's Jesus on the cross right there?
Everything that I am, I want to be, given to the Lord. It's not for me to take ownership of these things. I've been blessed to have very humble parents and, humble upbringing. My brother's here with me today.
Tall.
Great kid.
Big SOB.
Yeah.
So,
Lord planted tall trees with
But just good people, and everything I am and everything I do, I want to glorify the Lord with it.
Love everything about it. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Trey. I mean, we'll see how everything works out, but it feels like you and T. Higgins are going to look great in New England. But when it comes to the season, how was the Hard Knocks experience? Obviously, you mentioned you don't really do media that much. Ted said it too. How was that kind of dealing with cameras and microphones all over the place when obviously that hadn't happened in the past?
Yeah, I think it was just good to be yourself. It was different for sure. I mean, you got cameras that would rotate every once in a while, and then you're on camera for the rest of the day. You got guys mic'd up that normally aren't. It was an interesting experience. It also got to see how other teams practice in our division. And that was a cool experience. But would I sign up for it every year? Probably not.
Okay, yeah. I think everybody that's ever done it says the same exact thing. We enjoyed watching, if it means anything. Do you lotion 5-6 times a day, face?
No.
How old are you?
30 years old.
Look great.
Wow.
Good skin.
Could have been 20.
Appreciate the compliments.
Good for your face, dude.
Am I blushing?
I don't think you can.
No.
I don't know if you have the possibility.
I can't blush.
Unbelievable.
Right.
Tone has a question for you.
Yeah, speaking of the division, what is it about the AFC North? Obviously, you're the sack king now. Miles has been the sack king. TJ's been the sack king. The Ravens always have someone. I think Kyle Van Noy had 12 or 13 this year. What do you think it is about the AFC North that just breeds pass rushers?
It sounds a little bit like the 2017 draft, but it is.
Is that real?
Oh yeah,
That whole group's 2017.
Yeah, Van Noy might not be, but he's amazing. He was just at the Pro Bowl.
Yeah,
Great guy.
he's 07, I think.
Yeah, he's
something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's a gritty division. I think it's like old style football, you know, and these old rivalries to be a part of is so sick. I love the AFC North. I love playing for the Cincinnati side of it as well. It's been so fun to get into these fist fights with really talented quarterbacks, really good defenses, and obviously watch Joe spin it.
What's Joe like day to day?
He's great. You know, he definitely keeps to his own, but he works hard. He's an example for other guys on the team.
He's always super cool looking.
Yeah. He's a cool guy, but you know, like the want to and the grit. I think those are the things that go unnoticed. You know, he doesn't complain when he gets hit. He doesn't really do any of that stuff, and he spins it at like an extremely high level.
Yeah, very high level.
Yeah.
I mean, he hits a keyhole if he needed to. He, his first couple years, he wanted to take a hit. Remember that?
Yeah.
He's an Ohio guy.
Wake him up.
I
Wake him up.
actually
Yeah,
like
man.
taking a shot, he said. And everybody, I'm not saying it was just us, but everybody was like, hey, we need to get over that. We need to start waking up without taking hits. He was taking massive shots. Was it the Eagles?
Yeah, head dislodged from body.
And then he came back.
Yeah.
And he came back in the game. Yeah, Joe's
Absolute
immensely
stud.
tough. Nobody
Yeah.
really talks about it. When he's playing, you guys are much different. Why do you guys start slow?
Well, you know, that's a question for you. You know, we
tell us
Because I was talking about Joe. Joe didn't have training camp for multiple years, right?
Yeah.
And then this year he had training camp. So we thought that this was going to be the best year. That's how we got there, Trey. I just want a little peek inside my mind.
No doubt.
That is how we got to where we were saying, why do you guys start so slow?
Good question. Yeah, starting slow is not something that I think we all have on the drawing board to do every year. But it has happened that way. But we do a good job of digging out of a hole. I mean, we find a way to have winning seasons for Zach, and you know, that's one of the things in football is facing adversity. I think it's a great teacher in life. You know, so to kind of find out what we're made of early and often. It's worked. So
You guys are so dangerous. You do that from the beginning of the season. Imagine if they play like from the beginning of the season.
They'd probably be playing right now.
Whoa.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
They had been here.
I imagine.
There's a chance. There's 100. You guys getting to the dance? I don't think anybody wanted to see you. Right?
No doubt. That was a conversation.
That was like everybody was talking about it, and then obviously lurking.
No
the
doubt.
Dolphins and the Colts.
I think, like I said, that's the talent of our offense, you know, and I can't say enough about, like, you know, Joe, Jamar, and T. And, you know, specifically T, you know, because there's a lot going on in his situation as well. I mean, for a guy to take that kind of a role where on 31 other teams he's going to be wide receiver 1, and then here he's accepting a role in wide receiver 2.
Not
I think
in Minnesota.
I think it's a very, well, you know, maybe a similar role. Maybe a similar role.
Yeah.
LSU guys.
I'm sorry to go through it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
LSU guys. Well, you got to give him a shot at
Okay,
wide
we'll
receiver
give
1
him
first.
28. We'll give him 28.
Let him,
We'll give him
let him be
28.
wide receiver 1 first, and then let's see where the chips fall because he's a monster.
He'd be one in, yeah. I mean, T is an absolute beast. Would be
Got to give him
number
a
one.
shot at wide receiver 1 for a season. Let's see how it all plays out, if it does or if it doesn't.
Oh, Trey's saying, yeah, I'm talking to everybody.
If he does.
Let's see what this guy does.
Well, in games where
He's
Jamar's
amazing.
been out, he's gone off. And
He's gone crazy. So I'm just saying, like, I respect his game. I respect that he's very humble. I think he's a great guy. Same thing with Jamar, you know, for how he handled adversity as well. Tremendous
Yeah, it
respect
is
for him.
an interesting perspective that we haven't talked about yet. If T is just cool with being the number 2 guy, just goes about his business, signs franchise tag, all right, I'll do it. Let's go. Whenever at the wide receiver position.
It's pretty rare.
Yeah, if it ever happens.
Very
you know,
rare.
If it doesn't happen and we're all there, that's the ideal. I mean, I love being his teammate. I mean, he's a fantastic guy and works hard. You know, I got that jersey for my for the room at the end of the career.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's a special talent.
Where end of career you'll be back in Florida? How's the fishing? You fish, you golf. What Florida shit do you do?
I'm working on all those things. You know, those are things that we definitely did growing up, but I don't think I'm at any level to be like an expert fisherman or an expert golfer.
Any hobbies?
Both of those are pretty great. Bowling's fun too.
Oh hell
Bowling.
Yeah. Oh hell
That's pretty
yeah.
good.
Love bowling. Got your own ball?
I'm telling, yeah, I got.
Oh, so you have like a roller
that's the
bag and
only
everything?
way. If somebody says they love bowling and they don't have their own ball, just walk away.
So what's your average then? Do you have like an average what you shoot?
You know, that's something that we were kind of working on for a groove there. My dad was over 200 a lot. I was right in the 175s.
Okay, you guys are real
You grew up in an alley?
We were in and out of them. You know, it was something that my brother and my dad started to pick up towards an off season here and there.
How's the billiards?
Not as good as I should be.
You smoke cigs in there when you're bowling?
No.
You should.
No. No cigarettes.
Can
Thank
you read the oil patterns?
Say what?
Can you read the oil patterns on the lanes or no?
What do? You check the watch?
You definitely see if it's slick or not real quick, because if your ball's not spinning, it's a bad lane.
Which one are we sitting on? Are we going the 2 triangles?
About 3 over.
You're 3 triangles.
Yeah, and give it a good.
Who's the GOAT?
Once over. Who's that guy that has that?
Norm?
Yeah.
Two-handed.
We know who we're talking about.
Yeah. Pete Weber?
Pete Weber.
Yeah, Pete,
I think so.
Yeah, Pete Weber.
What about the two-handed
The
wonder
GOAT.
from Down Under?
Rick Kedmore.
Yeah, it really changed the game.
Now, you guys are watching bowling. This is a completely different discussion.
Yeah, you walked into this. This is
Absolutely.
you the one that said it, not us. We don't get to talk about bowling much.
Yeah, look, let's go back
Sundays.
to fishing. I'm reeling this one in.
Okay, Kevin
Like,
Van Dam.
Van
You're talking about Kevin
You
Van
guys are all over
Dam.
it.
You're talking about Kevin Van Dam.
Sports show.
KVD. Oi! 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 Yeah, he's pulling fish out of any water, brother.
This is tremendous.
Thank you. It's a show. Ty has a question for you.
Going back to the slow starts, and you mentioned Zach.
Yes.
I feel like in this Super Bowl, a lot of people all season were talking about Nick Sirianni and saying, hey, this guy's a big dumb dipshit. Okay, he's kind of just lucky that he's the coach of the Eagles. It seems like Zach gets a lot of that as well, and we saw a little bit of how he is, in team meetings on Hard Knocks and everything. But what's your relationship like with him? Because when he went to the Super Bowl, everyone's saying, okay, here's the guy. This is the McVay's protege. But then the next couple years, it's like, we got to get this guy the hell out of here. He's ruining Joe Burrow. What's he like in front of the team, and what's your relationship like with him?
Yeah, I definitely think it's not the same narrative as any of that would be. I think he's tremendous. Like, he's a leader of elite men as well. Makes a lot of big decisions. I've had some good conversations with him. I love him. I think he's great. He calls a great offense. Obviously, when you're talking about the guys having the success that they've had, he's putting guys in the right position. Guys are getting open, and he's smart enough to be in that McVay system. I heard some of the calls on Hard Knocks. I didn't listen too much because we do play against them every day. It's kind of a little low blow, but but yeah, no, they have a great system. I think he's a great coach. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else or coached by anybody else. And that's obviously the goal for this offseason.
You go down to that watering hole he always takes the game ball to? What's that bar?
Yeah. I was just there.
You were just there?
That's a Ted question.
When I went
Did
to
you
Steelers,
walk away already?
Steelers-Bengals game.
He's in all those watering holes.
Love Ted.
It's an Irish name. There's an Irish name to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's Thomas right there. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now as the Marines are celebrating their 250th birthday. Wow. I believe we have the 2 Marines that are going to be doing the flyover. Gentlemen, we appreciate the hell out of you. Hey, hold on. We got to turn on your mic. We got you muted. Oh, these guys hate the troops in a minute.
Wow.
Canadian. Hey, first of all, thank you, gentlemen, for your service. We appreciate the hell out of you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We really do.
Legitimately. Okay, so you guys are doing the flyovers. What are your names?
I'm Justin Pitcock.
Yeah, but your title, what should I?
Major Justin Pitcock. I'm a V-22 Osprey pilot.
Okay, Major. Okay, Major.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Mike Thiesing.
Okay, so we got a Major and Lieutenant Colonel here.
That's right.
Okay, you guys will be doing the flyover on Sunday?
We absolutely will be.
Can't wait.
Okay, what are we flying over there?
We got 4 MV-22s, and then there it is right there. That's sweet.
A sexy machine right
That's
there.
actually me flying yesterday. We did a practice run, and so I'm in the right seat. But we got 4 of those bad boys, and then we're going to have 2 F-35s.
Okay, so the timing obviously is the biggest part of this whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
How much practice are we doing? How much are we rehearsing? And when do you guys find out you're doing it?
So we practiced yesterday. We're practicing again on Friday. You're invited to that if you'd like to come.
Yeah, do you want to go flying on Friday?
What?
Can you parachute out of it?
We don't want to have anybody pay. We don't carry parachutes. Parachutes are for quitters.
Oh.
Yes.
I love that.
But if you want to go, we'll grip it and rip it and do another practice run.
The grip it and rip it thing is the thing that I fear, because I will yam it all over that entire place. What time is that all happening?
So we're going to do the flyover around 16 to 1800 or so. So 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock for all you non-military folks.
Okay, yeah, thank you. We're doing the math there. 12, I think, is involved. I got to subtract this entire thing. How many years of service from you two gentlemen?
So I've been in for 19 years.
18 for me.
We appreciate you, boys.
Wow,
legends. Where are you guys from? Where are you from, Major?
I'm from Texas, from East Texas right now, Nacogdoches. Not far from where Patrick Mahomes was born and raised.
Okay, so you always been a pilot? You got in the Marines to be a pilot, or how'd this work?
9/11 happened my freshman year, so I was looking for a way to serve, but always been interested in the air, and Marines afforded that opportunity.
Okay, so a lot of Marines air, everybody thinks Air Force obviously in the sky, but the Marines, we have a lot of history right in the sky.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Naval aviation goes way back, and the Marine Corps has been part of it from the beginning.
And how about you, Lieutenant Colonel?
Yeah, so I grew up in Houston, Texas, originally from Ohio. I'm an Ohio State alum, OH.
Ohio, buddy.
And great win. Oh, I loved it.
Congrats, Natty. Congrats on the national.
Yes.
But yeah, so I grew up outside of Texas, but then lived all over. And right now I live in Charlotte.
Okay, we're always going to be in the sky. We're going to be pilots.
Always wanted to be a pilot from
100%.
from birth. Absolutely.
Okay, and when you're pulling the G's, you're not puking or any of that shit? Because you
that depends on you. That's not my problem.
No, okay, so you never.
I've never thrown
Did
up.
you puke early? You didn't puke early when you first started out?
No, never.
What all have you flown? What's the craziest thing that we have that we don't know about, maybe?
That we've flown?
Yes.
Or that we've done?
That you've flown and done. I guess you could do both.
Well, I can tell you some crazy stuff that we've done. Not on the mic, but
on Friday when you come.
On Friday, we'll tell you all types of crazy stuff.
I won't be able to hear it. I'll be puking.
Ever seen a UFO?
How about what about UFOs?
UFOs.
I have not.
Major.
I'm sorry. What are we talking about?
All right, you got me.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Have you flown anything that you thought to yourself, wow, this is like a ET type vehicle here? There's some technology on this.
Well, if you look at that Osprey again, I mean, that thing, so that Osprey can take off like a helicopter and fly like an airplane. So those big rotors on the side there, we'll flip them up. And so we can take off and land like a helicopter, and then we'll transition them down to that vertical
Let's be honest. Some people look at what we look like, and they think, whoa, that must be not from this planet, right? So we get mistaken, maybe.
Yeah, because we got some shit. Like this is insane. So it takes off from a standstill. How fast can it go?
Oh, so for the flyover, we're going to be about 250 knots, which is just about 300 miles an hour.
Is it different?
We're going to be humming.
Does it make the flyover different? The fact that it's a dome down here?
So no, it's a great question. So that we've been working with NFL Films and all the video, Fox and all those guys, and on Friday they're going to be doing a lot of filming, and they'll have stuff on top of the dome, and then during the actual flyover day there'll be cameras everywhere capturing it, so the folks inside the dome will get to see it.
Nice.
What's the helicopter jet thing that we have that's awesome? Normally used for? What would that be used for?
Laying scunion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're bringing Marines. We'll drop off Marines and deliver hate and discontent all around the world.
Yes.
Lift and destroy.
Get to love. Sometimes you got to go through hate. And we appreciate the hell out of you. Happy birthday to the Marines.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys for serving. And when we scream, hoorah! Is that massively disrespectful to you guys?
No, it's not.
Massively exciting.
Okay, it's massively exciting. Keep it going. Actually, get pretty jacked up right now. All right, we appreciate you, Major, Lieutenant Colonel. Thank you so much, and can't wait to see you on Sunday, man.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right.
Good luck.
So I qualify for that invite, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
So
you take my spot, actually.
Funny enough, going to need you to go.
Yeah, we need you to film it, too, so we could say, there was part of it. It is an honor to get asked. And I've been very fortunate to do a lot of work with the military. Very thankful for the military and the people that I've met. Went over to Japan on a USO tour, been to a bunch of bases. They're a great group of people, obviously. Heroes walking amongst us. And it's always an honor to be asked, and anytime you get a challenge going, obviously it's something that is incredibly humbling, I'll say, in the moment. I don't think you're going to see me on one of those planes. I don't think you're going to see me on that thing.
Have you been in one before?
So Blue Angels, they asked me to do it. I watched a couple videos of people doing it, and I'm like, yep, that's who I am. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to puke all over this thing. Incredible honor. I went and watched the show. Said, hey, he did a great job.
Yeah.
That was an honor to watch. I can't believe we have that much control of fighter jets.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't believe they're just flying
Oh, my God.
400 miles an hour, just like that. And then just, we're all going to turn left. And that happens in Indy every single year. And since we're so close to the airport, their practices fly over the Thunderdome. And we're seeing them at like 400 feet above the sky.
Yeah.
And then straight up in the air. And it's like, I'm not built for that. But my body's not built for that.
Full of G's.
Tom Cruise in that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I am at 1G.
Going supersonic.
I can't get into it. But shout out to them. That's going to be an awesome
Glenn Powell did a documentary on it. It was awesome. But it felt disrespectful to ask them, do you think it's possible to fly one of those and not get rocked up?
I don't think that would have been disrespectful.
No chance. You think they're rocked up the whole flight?
Every time.
When we did it,
I
we were all
got
there.
30,000 hours in that thing.
I don't care.
That's all natural Viagra, brother.
Hey, you don't need no blue pill, pal.
Might be right.
All right, you don't need it. Congrats to you, Trey, by the way. On
Thanks. You're going to enjoy that, bro.
You're gonna have a good time on that. Let's talk about Joe Thuney, especially with Trey Hendrickson here. He's a guard. Obviously, the story has been told numerous times on this program and throughout all of sports because it's a big deal. This guy's like a Hall of Fame guard. They've had to cycle through tackles. He bounces out to tackle for the playoffs. Has done well. They've won games. Now, A.Q. Shipley, offensive lineman, says they're kind of protecting him. They kind of protect him a little bit. All RPOs, not putting him out on an island. That's because Andy Reid's a good coach, and everybody needs to do that. But what he's saying is the guy's body type is not built to be a tackle. That's just a matter of fact. Whenever you're looking at a tackle that you're going to be taking on, what are you studying? What are you thinking about? And who do you hate the most? What style of tackle do you hate the most?
Well, ironically, I think it's all going to kind of come together. So I actually played him at tackle. Orlando went down with a calf. I think it was 2021, and we went a full game that way. Me and Thuney. He was great. He played well at tackle. I do think he got a little bit of that, help a little bit there. But he's a heck of a talent. But Orlando Brown, now that we got him in Cincinnati,
Zeus, right?
There's just not a lot of ways to attack a guy like that. I mean, he's got long arms, quick feet, incredibly talented. I can talk about my teammates for a while, but when I went up against him, we would not only go at it physically, but we were jawing too.
How about like a Deion Dawkins? Whenever he does that, I'm smarter than you move.
Yeah, Deion's a problem too. Like he knows how to play the game within the game as well. He's got a quick get off the line. He definitely anticipates things, and his set is very unique as well. He drops with a lot of vertical depth. That poses a couple challenges if you're trying to get a guy like Josh Allen as well, because he's very mobile, so you don't want to go inside too quickly, because then you're leaving your whole defense pretty exposed.
What are you looking at, ball or knee?
I think every good rusher should have like a triangle where it's, ball is key. And then the man is obviously anticipating the ball. And then the quarterback who's calling for the ball is going to give you a tell or two. But some of the vets are flashing hands and stuff like that. So exactly.
Wow. He didn't jump.
Wow.
I didn't jump?
Wow.
Okay, good.
That was incredible.
I think a part of me left.
I thought I had a pretty good game.
You had him. Yeah.
Could you imagine if you jumped off? I would have.
Yeah.
Got him. Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's great.
That's great.
I'm not your puppet, dude. Okay? I'm not jumping offside just because you yelled in my face. But that would be impossible. I don't know how you don't, especially with some of these cadences.
I've had a couple. Cam Newton had a great, he'd get after it. Drew Brees as well in practice, 2-minute drills. I gave Dennis Allen a couple gray hairs. So it was a grind.
You ever play against Romo? Romo's hard count.
I think
What
we
is
played
it?
him.
Let me.
I think that might have been one of the special teams years, but
Okay, I was like, just like a
this was better. Yours was definitely better.
Well, I wasn't Romo.
That was Romo.
No, I mean just not making me jump off sides. You got to give a real
That's
set.
Tony Romo.
Go ahead, give.
Here we go.
That's Tony Romo.
That was Tony Romo. I don't really have one of my own.
Yeah, I did my own. He did Tony Romo. You just said my cadence.
So yours is better
My
than
bad.
Tony Romo.
So
My
good
bad.
to know. Yeah, good to know.
better.
Romo's in top
An
tier.
impersonation of Tony
I
Romo.
actually got some people on field goals.
All right.
Nobody's going to talk about it.
No big deal.
Is that the hand? Is it the?
No, I think it's because they made rules you weren't allowed to move your hand towards the line of scrimmage. I wasn't allowed to move my head at all. So it had to be like, it had to be that number there, because the guy on the edge is up on a razor's edge. So,
Hair trigger.
yeah,
He's going.
If you can get a little bit, it's like you can steal first down. I got a couple of them. It's a big deal. Now, also, I got called for a couple, and Vinny had to kick a further kick. So he's about done with that shit. We'll say that. Okay.
Still made it.
Yeah, no big deal. AJ has a question for you, Trey, as we wrap up hour 2 here from Radio Row.
When you talk about pass rushers, I know a lot of guys have like separate pass rush specialists they work with. Do you work with anybody like that? I know there's guys that sometimes will come into a camp or maybe in the off season where you work on a guy like the hands dude. We see all these martial arts people. Do you do anything like that in the off season?
Yeah, not really for me, but I'm never one to say that the stuff doesn't work. But for me, I like to do what my coach is teaching me. I think that's something that a lot of players get lost in. You can learn a lot of things, and if your coach isn't coaching it, I don't think that helps too much for the defense or the scheme. So, I tend to kind of shy away from that. I'm trying to get faster and stronger and mentally sharper every offseason. And those are the things I keep stacking bricks, and then, we let the chips fall where they will.
Does everything come from you're the threat of power, like speed to power? Like this dude needs to know that I can bull rush him and I can do everything else off of that. I think you're so good with your hands, but your power, like you just take dudes right into the quarterback, and then your handwork is impressive getting off and getting to him.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just see that rush, right? Like they don't see the setup that comes, within
chess.
the game.
We're playing.
You're kind of setting that up with power rushes, and they're feeling power. This is like driving them back as you.
Power. You feel power.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's kind of like the game within the game. You get tackles that'll do that too. They'll throw a soft set on the outside, and make you think in different rush as well. So it's all it goes that way, and obviously playing with the lead helps with Joe Burrow. So that always makes things easier.
Is it fair for me to say it looks like this guy's trying on this play, but not this other play? Or is that a potential setup play on the one where he's not trying? And maybe I'm misjudging. Go ahead.
Yeah, like when Patrick Ricard's in the game, do you maybe kind of take it easy?
A little business decision.
Yeah, I think I'm just shocked that he's still a fullback. At some point they got to say he's like a T tackle. He's 320 pounds and every bit of it, and he's a stud. I met his family at the Pro Bowl a couple times. He's a good dude. Heck of a competitor as well. So nothing but good things to say about him.
You got a locker there at the Pro Bowl, huh? Just every year I'm coming.
You tried the Pro Bowl, or
how was? Yeah. What did the Pro Bowl games like this year?
Oh, it was fun. I can't believe that guys all over the place come together and won. It's a really special environment. Elite players all over the country.
I think so. Felt like there was more effort this year too.
Oh yeah,
felt like there was a little more effort.
Close to home.
And they make it so fun too. The Pro Bowl games, they're interacting. It's all for the kids as well. It's inspiring kids to do flag football and stuff like that, and taking miles off the car before it starts. So
to D-Butch's point, you're a Florida boy, right?
Yeah.
Have a lot of family there, friends watching his Pro Bowl. They filled that stadium up.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that?
Yeah.
We won a state championship in that Popka High School 2012 in that stadium. It's now Camping World. It was it was renamed, I think. But that was a fun environment.
I thank you for joining us for this hour. To wrap up our day here on ESPN as we continue on ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, YouTube, and TikTok Live. There's some local chefs, it appears. This was not set up. This was not prepared. This was just something that just literally showed up. Shout out to Radio Row having this.
Wow.
What do we got here, boss? What do we got here, chef?
We got a 12-hour smoked bone-in short rib sandwich. Little crystal hot sauce, vinaigrette on top.
Any gator?
Appreciate you guys. Where's this from? This is from
Sodexo Live here in the building.
Sodexo Live. We appreciate the hell out of you guys. Have a great Super Bowl week. Thank you, Chef. Thank you, Chef. That's a lot of meat there, Trey Hendrickson. That's a lot of meat. We'll enjoy all of that and the rest of this particular program live from Radio Row. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. We're in this thing together. Never forget it. We'll see you tomorrow on ESPN. We continue on the internet. Goodbye. I think we nailed it. We're still live, Trey. Still live, Trey. We're still live, Trey. Don't say anything.
Easy.
Yep.
Still live on the YouTube.
Unless you want to say you want to go to New England.
Or you maybe want to come on over to Indianapolis, Indiana.
Think about it.
I think I like where I'm at in Cincinnati, but let's see. There's a lot of things that have to happen, but all of that's out of my control.
Got money for you.
That's a big piece of beef.
That's a sandwich. And I don't know how you eat the sandwich with the bone in it.
Impossible.
But the bone, that's going to be a tough eat, I think. But I do appreciate the fact that they're like, hey, listen, we don't want to take off the bone for it because that gets away the flavor. I don't know if I'm eating that, but it looks good.
Yeah, some of that beef.
You don't need to eat the bread.
New Orleans food is like something they're known for, right? The food down here.
Oh, yeah.
The chefs down here.
Yep.
Everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite food? Are you a super
I'm not
super
a huge
diet?
foodie. No, I've been blessed to have a chef. Obviously, she cooks for my wife and I.
Amen. Jesus Christ, brought a chef.
Thank you.
That's nice.
Yeah, definitely are blessing the food for sure. But
what are we eating?
It changes up week to week. I'm a big chicken fajitas guy though. I think that's a staple in the family. So that's definitely the cheat meal
Cheese
too.
coming out sizzling on the plate.
Any good
How was that?
boys?
Solid.
Any gator?
Top notch.
Yeah, you like gator down here?
You ever eat gator?
Fried gator.
You ever eat gator, boy?
I have had gator, and it's all right.
What do? We eat that on a sandwich with the gator?
Fried po' boy.
Pasta gator?
Gator on
Yeah,
a stick.
gator po' boy.
Gator on a stick. That's good.
Gator on a stick.
Good, got gator on a stick.
One of my favorites.
It's been a while since I've been in New Orleans.
You ever
Now
hunt
it
in
feels-
gator? You
Feels
ever
like
go
I'm back now.
It's like he's home.
You ever go hunting in gator?
Occasionally,
airboat.
yeah, it happens.
Have you ever gone?
I've been invited for sure.
So I've gone hogging and frogging. I've never gone gator hunting though, but I've done like a Louisiana thing.
Still gator.
You watch the swamp, the swamp people. It's just,
Sure.
It's a gator on like a string. Yeah.
No.
So
What?
Not much of a.
I got
not
to
much
shoot
of
him
a-
right in the direct in his brain.
What?
Right in his head.
Gators.
Gator swim
Yeah,
wherever they
like
want.
hunting is like you're tracking them down and stuff. I don't hunt either. I'm just saying. Like,
What
how's
you
it go?
just said the gator hunt?
You got killed, Gator.
It's like a bang stick, right? 'Cause you just
What are you talking
No,
about?
you don't know about those gators.
Those are free,
No, I'm wrong.
know about these
those are
gators.
free-range gators.
Yeah, you lure them
With a
in.
bat. You hit him in the head with a bat.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. It's like sharks.
Yeah.
You lure them in.
With a gator.
Yeah, you chum with the gators.
Them gators pop up and they shoot them right in between the eyes.
Yeah.
They got you because they got armor on.
Exactly.
That's gator hunting.
I'm now educated.
It's good Gator kill.
I'm happy we could bring something to you. I love eating that gator.
I love eating Gator. That's
Gator
why I'm
boots,
glad they
gator
hunt 'em.
belts, gator wallets.
All right. We appreciate you stopping by, Trey.
Appreciate it.
We really got better today.
Yeah, so did I.
We hope you feel that way.
I did.
We hope that you exit this stage a better you than whenever you came on here.
And you did great. You didn't suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Are you selling something?
Approval.
No.
You're selling
Let's
approval?
let's see the shots. Like, come on. You talked about the.
You want to shoot?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Trey.
Now I heard they're like foam though.
Those beads are trying kind of messing.
Yeah.
Those beads on the rim are making it a little.
I recommend going with the bank here.
So how many shots before? Because like Fred was talking about the discretion too. Like,
Hold on.
how many?
Hold on.
How many?
Don't give away the gimmick, brother. Every time is the first time.
All right, every time's first time.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Wow.
light.
It's quality.
It's a bad
no,
ball.
No, it's
Yeah.
Oh, was it good?
it's well done.
Not great.
Well, hold on, Trey. You're kind of.
I said it's well done.
Yeah, but you're looking at us as if we bought these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we
yeah.
did it. Hold on,
It's good defense.
Get blocked.
ladies and gentlemen. Trey Hendrickson, pass rusher for the Cincinnati Bengals, a man who wears no gloves on a football field in 2025 when technology has got to a point where they make gloves that don't even feel like gloves anymore. He says, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to be tracked.
Can't have it.
Don't want to be trapped.
I want these bare mitts to be ripping jerseys and tackling quarterbacks. He's here with no business. Tomorrow you will be here for,
Business.
which is the company of.
Old Spice.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Solid. Solid.
Quality company.
That was good.
No Dove.
For
That was
the
a good
record,
plug.
yeah.
Yeah, Dove Men Care a little bit, whole body Dio. You should. I wish we had some right
I
now.
know.
So good. I got some in my backpack.
Let's make sure we have those out here for the future.
No doubt.
It's an old bottle I've had forever because it lasts so long.
Yeah, it never ends.
It's not the new
Old
body.
Spice. Yep, Old Spice.
Dove.
We don't know about their bottle. We don't know their bottle.
That's tomorrow, Trey.
We don't know their bottle.
Got it.
We know our bottle. The Dove Men Care whole body Dio. Two different smells. One great outcome.
Like the Clash of Titans.
You don't
Yeah.
smell like shit anymore. Shout out to Dove Men Care, whole body Dio. And also, shout out to Old Spice, paying our guy here.
Shout out.
Representing our guy, getting behind our guy.
I guess.
Thank you.
This guy just wants to provide for his family by tackling quarterbacks. Wants it to be fair. Well, how about winning 50 people $500, Trey Hendrickson?
Wow.
You can come down here to New Orleans, sit on a set that was put together that's way too nice than what we deserve. Put one basketball that's kind of light and a little
Very slick.
into a basketball hoop right over here. And 50 people will win $500. Be an athlete, Trey. Be an athlete, Trey. For the people.
I thought that was it.
That was a good first shot.
Confident.
You gator armed it.
Ooh, that is.
You did kind of
Gator
gate on
Yeah, it
that.
was a little bit of a gate.
That was a little bit of a gate on.
All right, so how many? Two more?
This is the
One
first-
more. All right,
this is
the
the
next
first
one's the
one.
first one.
This is your first one.
Next
Fine.
one's the first one.
Just,
This is the first
hey,
Got
you,
it.
you get the ball in your hand and you just like,
I'm coachable.
great to be here.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
I'm coachable.
And I'm even holding this so it looks like maybe it was the first shot.
Yep.
You know, because I'm holding the backup
Yeah.
ball right here. You have no idea. These people are certainly going to remember that you missed one pretty short there.
1.1.
Pretty short there. And to be clear, I don't know if you got to a point where it would even get into hoop.
No.
Especially with the jingle bells beads across the top, which what did our rim do to get those?
Yeah.
Huh?
So
Huh?
so
You know what I'm
many-
talking about? Jesus Christ ain't talking about it.
Uh-oh. That was gross.
Trey Hendrickson, for the good of
First shot.
70.
First shot.
Here we go. First
Don't have to say it.
First
Guy
try,
gets it.
Trey.
You don't
Guy
have to
gets
say it, Trey. 75 people, $500.
What?
All you got to do is put that basketball with a busted ring finger into that hoop right over there, and 75 people win $500 because thank God for Trey Hendrickson.
Thank God for Trey.
Amen.
Thank God for Trey Hendrickson.
Too many straight shots. Bank's open.
That
fellas.
was unbelievable.
Bank's open.
Okay.
All right.
75 people, $500. All you do is repost this post, say something nice to somebody in the reply, and put the
Don't do
easiest way to pay you. What a start to Super Bowl week. down here at the Convention Center.
Thanks, Open.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back for the third hour. I assume it's going to be absurd. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. We're in this thing together. Trey, good luck with everything.
Appreciate you.
Personal, business, football, you name it.
All right.
We're in this thing together. Take 5.
Bye.
They can run it. They can spin it. They can kick it. This Buckeyes team is playing football at a level nobody else in the country is playing right now.
That's crazy. I'm nice. You got to do that. And also take us off the fucking team. We do not deserve to be on there.
They all commit and love what's going on in that weight room. They all commit and love what Jim Harbaugh is preaching. And everybody in the building's happy. Everybody's like excited to be there.
Our first row, our pressure in the first row. Second row was on here.
It is infectious what they got going on. And how many owners are spending $300 million on a new facility just for the practice facility?
This is Butler Birdie's. Wow!
Oh my God! Oh shit!
In the bunker.
Great shot.
But then for them to do it upright for the last couple, it's like, look out for the Chargers, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Look out for the Chargers.
Coach. Hey, I got a gift for you. Here we go. Okay, so we missed your birthday, we missed Christmas. We couldn't
Whoa, look at that.
Your perspective on high five is one of the greatest things we've ever seen. So the all-time greatest event?
I love the high five. Yeah, give each other a high five.
Boom!
Damn.
Boom!
Damn.
Boom! Boom!
Oh my God!
Wow! Boom!
So we wanted to make you basically something that you could high five. My dad made this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
He is talented.
Yeah, boom.
Keep that feeling.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah, boom, boom. And we tested it. I think you can get a pretty good pop if you need. Yeah.
That is incredible.
Obviously, national champion, Michigan man, and greatest high five.
Yeah.
Because of what you brought for the high five world.
Oh, yeah.
He tried to give a handshake to that particular high five trophy. Did break the hand off. We had to put it back on.
There you go, handshake.
Oh no! Oh no!
There we go.
We have so much respect for him.
You guys just roll deep. This would be entourage level, wouldn't it?
To be honest, we didn't know we were going to be able to get 11 people in here, and then we pulled up and said, you have 11. That's where it should roll with 11. Yeah, always start 11. Yeah, you're right. You're the best. I mean, wow, it looks like a lot of highlights against one particular team.
They played more than one game. Why do they have all these TVs for one game?
Imposing our will.
This sucks.
Party in the backfield. No one. We mean no one. How Pizza Hut, but this might be close.
I love that Chargers team even more now.
If you were to touch this grass, it would feel as if the history of football was kind of one with your soul, one with your body. And then you look at the views, the sand,
Gabriel.
mountains with the cotton candy clouds, the way the sun will rise and then the sun will set. And as the sun is setting tonight, there's going to be a football game taking place. You're talking about movie stuff. What do you think it is about your team in that locker room? And why do you think you guys have been able to show up every week?
I think the buy-in on our team is unbelievable. We talk about a player-led team. I think a lot of people say that, but so rarely do you actually see it.
Two Goliath Big Ten teams. What a magical matchup here in the Rose Bowl. And watching Ohio State do what they did to Tennessee, it felt good for the North. They did. It felt good for the bowl.
Look at that
God, look at those mountains.
Look at those mountains. San Gabriel Mountains. There's the field.
The San Gabriel.
San Gabriel Mountains.
I believe that means the Gabriel.
All parties and all agree that it's in the best interest of everybody and public safety that we postpone the game for 24 hours.
AJ Hawk's working for the bowl.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to beautiful Pasadena, California, the granddaddy of them all, the 111th Rose Bowl, which will be taking place on the most beautiful field in the history of football. The Oregon Ducks, who are the Big Ten champs, will take on the Ohio State Buckeyes. The college football playoff is obviously in the middle of a transition era, but we go back in time into a movie-like setting to battle in the Big Ten to see who gets to move on and who goes home. Our UFO just flew over top B-2 Stealth Bomber and in the national anthem. And on a day in the United States of America where a heinous act has happened, it's a nice reminder that we'll get your ass. You might take a shot, but you're never gonna win. And 10 for Will Howard. Same exact play action. Drops it off to Jeremiah Smith. With space. He's a monster! Jeremiah Smith! First touch is a touchdown! Time. Shot down the middle. Puka. Ooh! Touchdown!
See the split safeties right here. So Will Howard knows his read, looks him off, steps up in the pocket. Great throw.
Takes a shot. And what happens? Jeremiah Smith comes up with the ball. Handoff. Run to the left. Jordan James. Ram. Will Howard. Time. Oh, no. Jeremiah Smith's wide ass open. And that's a touchdown. Ohio State is kicking the living shite out of the Oregon Ducks. If Jeremiah Smith is on your team, I think you can win every game. Trey Hendrickson. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown! They can run it. They can spin it. They can kick it. This Buckeyes team is playing football at a level nobody else in the country is playing right now. Now there's a low snap. Goes left, throws back to the right. Jeremiah Smith's on the field, so that's another first down. Thus far, this game has been absolutely shite. Step in. Oh my God. That is so beautiful. You got Matt Hardy on the left there. AJ, chance.
I see it at the 47. Unfortunately, my youngest son puked all over himself and went to the hospital, so my whole family's not here anymore to hear that. No. But I'm getting some updates every once in a while. He seems to be doing not much better. He puked over the whole section. Jeez. Instant urgent care, instant hospital.
Oh, no. What type of shite was he eating? Is someone making salmon down here? We came down here and smelled like fish.
Look at this.
For those that have never been here, I would recommend coming and checking it out. Although this particular game was absolute shite. Woo! Roll ball. Is now is a man who will be compared to forever whenever they're talking about GOAT conversations in the sport of football. That's because he won 7 Super Bowls, was consistently dominant for more than 2 decades at football. Ridiculously handsome, so absurdly handsome. An underdog story too, picked at 199 of the NFL draft. Not a top 5 pick, not handed anything, and then what did he do? He went to work, did his job, became the greatest of all time, and now a phenomenal businessman and a great representation of the greatest league on earth. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Brady. Hell yeah,
What's
dude.
up, my man?
Tom, I thought this was all potential gimmick rip. I didn't know if you were actually on the show. I'm so pumped you were here. Hey, we love you, dude. We love you, Tom.
I appreciate it.
When you're 40 years old and you've won 6 Super Bowls and you're already being called the GOAT, was there anything to you getting to the point of just being, I'm tired of Bill Belichick talking to me like I'm a 23-year-old? Because that was kind of the lingering at the end of your time at New England.
There was so much people just trying to create some division that most of it was untrue, but it's just the way the world works. And naturally, I think division from within is a big problem in these team environments. And I don't like seeing any dysfunction in team environments. Obviously, my respect for Coach Belichick is pretty well documented. He was an incredible leader and coach for our team. And I tried to do my best every single day that I took the field. I knew that he did the same thing. And I think that's why I respected his coaching so much.
But whenever they talk about the Patriot way, that is normally the reason that is given, is like the Patriot way, the Patriot way, the Patriot way.
I've never used that term in my entire life. I think when people say it, I'm always like, what's the Patriot way? It sounds like the title of a book. book. I think what we tried to do was we tried to do things the right way. I think we tried to practice the right way and prepare the right way. What happened on game day was ultimately a reflection of what we practiced, and I thought we had great leadership from our coaches, and it filtered down to the guys who really drove the culture. We had so many guys that I played with over the course of a lot of years that really understood that, okay, I'm going to care about my teammates, and I'm going to care about helping the team win.
There's a guy on our show who is diehard Patriot fan. Boston Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Tommy, I have to.
What's up, Boston?
I have to start and just say thank you. You know, my whole life has been incredible because of the fact that you have won 6 Super Bowls, and you know I'm a loser every day, but I'm a winner as a football fan because of you and what the Patriots were able to do. So thank you. What do you think the new era of New England with Mayo is going to be?
Him coming back into coaching, I think is great for the NFL and certainly great for the Patriots. He's got a great understanding of how things need to be done. I think Gerard does an incredible job relating to everybody in the locker room, all the coaches, and I think he'll do a great job.
Going into the booth, are you utilizing the same thing, hearing what people are saying about you going in there? And how do you balance that while still being a human?
The broadcast going to be 5 years from now is going to be hopefully more improved than the one that starts on day one. So I'm going to go in there with the opportunity to start and learn, and I'm sure by the end of the year I'll feel more comfortable. I really want to be a great ambassador for the NFL and the game. I love the sport. I love the athletes. I love the organizations, and I really appreciate how challenging it is to get there again.
Welcome to Dublin, Ireland on this Feel Good Friday, August 23rd, 2024. We are live from J.R. Mahin's.
Drinks are on Pat McAfee tonight, fella. Let's go!
Hop, 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 hop. The fact that anybody knows we exist in Ireland, we are so incredibly thankful. So to all of you, we say, Gotcha!
State. I just want Kirk to know I got 1,000 phone calls when we got in the playoffs. He didn't have anything to do with them not getting in the playoffs, and I didn't either. But we both got hammered.
Yeah, some of us did get hammered last night. We have real football happening today for the first time in months. This is a beautiful time in a wonderful town. It's fight night, baby! Save us! This is Dave.
We gotta go for Georgia Tech. I gotta go. I would be back in the country if I didn't pick Georgia Tech. 44 yards away to do it. He got it! He got it! And the Yellow Jackets did it!
Hey!
Why?
Let's go! This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig!
Damn it!
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Welcome back, beautiful people, to the Convention Center here in New Orleans for Radio Row of Super Bowl 59. Hour 3 of the program starts right now.
Football
is the greatest. We can't thank you all enough for allowing us to do this for a living. We are live down here in New Orleans, and Wednesday's a day where everybody really starts filing in. You know, in years past, we maybe came down on like a Monday night. and did Tuesday here at Radio Row, and it was an echo within the convention center as they were setting things up, and there was beeping because there was buildings being pieced together here in Radio Row. But Wednesday, all the way through the weekend, should be absolutely electrifying in here. People from every town in the country, maybe even every single country in the world, are here to chit-chat about Super Bowl 59 on Sunday. Now, I'm not alone. Obviously, I'm with the boys. What a time to celebrate football and life. The Talks the Tables here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. Ty, how you feeling?
Feeling great. That beef was delicious.
It was good, but
wow. Absolutely delicious. A little fatty, a little bit of gristle on there, but hey, that you need that late in the season. You know, you need something to kind of toughen you up, let you know what we're here for, what we're playing for.
Yeah, you talked about the flavor. Seems like there's a lot of seasons down there. It's Bayou down
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
That's right.
Cajun flavoring, which I love.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be eating good the next couple nights.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like a basketball player down here, maybe.
Whoa.
Not anymore.
No, he's shredded.
He's absolutely strapped.
Eating that beef, maybe some of that gator.
The Pelicans have traded a player and some assets away from the Pelicans to the Oklahoma City Thunder for nothing in return. So I don't know what that means for the New Orleans Pelicans, but we do know it's going to be a great week down here. One half of the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, AP Tony's here. 9-year NFL vet. You look super cool, especially with the Duke in your hair.
Appreciate you, Dan.
Darius J. Ball
This
is
feels
here.
right.
AJ Hawk is here. You look great, AJ. What you learned from the guest today, Trey Hendrickson?
Seems like a really, really good dude, and he's obviously an unbelievable player, but is he going to be back in Cincinnati?
Well, I think he's got 1 year left on his contract, I think. So
Yes, he does.
He's going into the final year of his contract. So this is when the rubber meets the road.
That's right.
This is where we try to figure out if we're going to do this or we're not going to do this. Cincinnati Bengals have been in this situation a lot. Cincinnati Bengals, in their eyes, say last year contract means you got 2 more franchise tags on the other end. We got 3 years left, or what the Cincinnati Bengals have said in the past and done in the past. But maybe they operate a little bit differently now because they have so many damn megastars and they have a chance to go to the Super Bowl every single year. Trey Hendrickson is the NFL sack king. He led the NFL in sacks. Everybody talks about Myles Garrett. Everybody talks about TJ White. Everybody talks about the Bosa's, Max Crosby, you name it. The guy who had the most sacks this year, Trey Hendrickson. Guy who wears no gloves, and he's going in the final year of his contract in Cincinnati with a lot of people that are eager to get paid. I'm excited to see how it works out. And he was saying that television shows about gator hunt is fake.
What? No,
Yeah.
he didn't.
That's what he said right here.
He never said that.
He did.
He didn't mean it like that.
He did. He was saying, this ain't real.
He didn't mean it like that.
These gator hunters
What would
ain't real.
what would he know?
Yeah.
Florida boy down here in New Orleans. I think there is a chance. He knows a lot, actually.
Yeah, a little bit
about
about
a lot of
gators.
it,
You
but-
tell a gator hunter it's fake? Oh, you're going to turn into a gator. They gonna hunt you.
That's right.
Well said.
Yep.
Thank you for
Couldn't have
that.
said it better myself.
That's just what I've heard.
You've been talking to the locals?
Yeah.
You've been talking to the locals?
I was at the casino last night.
Yeah. And they're paying you.
Talked all about the gator.
And they're paying you
Oh,
in those
yeah.
casinos. You're not paying them.
Well, last night. Hopefully we can keep it rolling tonight. If we have that zany dealer again.
If you see Melissa at the Caesars, you
book it.
You fucking hightail the other way.
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
She's the worst.
You
Great
know,
lady.
Great lady, but at her job.
Wrong job.
Tell the bus thing because that's all you need to say.
Yeah, so obviously, blackjack, you're playing against the dealer. It's the team, and, it gets to her, and she goes over. She busts, but she'll go 21, even though she has 26.
I would lose it.
Yeah, and she's mismathing. Allegedly, I was not there.
Yeah.
But this sounds like this is fireable offenses in my eyes. Never experienced it at any blackjack table I've ever been on.
Same.
Feel like I played a lot of blackjack in a lot of different places. Never heard of a dealer doing wrong math to you.
Same.
All right, 14 when you actually have 17 in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's wild. That's their job. That's hey, let's make sure these things get shuffled. Let's make sure we're doing this right, and let's make sure we got the math right. That's the biggest part of the entire thing. I like that her gimmick is kind of like, nah, I don't do it, actually. You got to do the math.
That's on you.
Do you want a card or not? I don't know. What is it? You tell me.
Ty had 21, said 12.
Yeah, because
So
I had
Ty was
like
all
four
right.
aces out there. I was like, hey, listen, Melissa, I've had 12 Jack and Cokes, all right? I'm not, just tell me how many fucking I have here.
Ty's like, hate it. She's like, no, I'm just kidding. You got
Yeah.
21.
It's like, yeah, well, there's a lot of fucking cards out there, okay? So, exactly.
She was
Shut up.
bullying you a little bit?
No.
Yeah, Melissa was questioning your math.
No,
not allowed
not
to have
at
your
all.
phone out, not allowed to have a calculator, so quick math, got to do it.
No, and I just said after that, hey, Melissa, enough of this bullshit. Just fucking throw me the cards, okay? This isn't, we're not at the Marat here in downtown Indianapolis. This isn't your comedy special, okay?
What she could do.
Marat.
I understand this is Caesars. This ain't Caesar's Palace. Shut up and deal the cards.
And tell me what number I
And she
got.
was training. She wasn't even, we had our guy behind her who was kind of just like, what is she doing? And like,
she thought she was right or no? She knew she was wrong when she was telling you these numbers?
Yeah.
So give me.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, no, it ain't awesome.
I don't want to play at her table.
That's what I mean.
But I like that that's the gimmick she's gone with. What if I'm a blackjack dealer who tells him the wrong math? That's awesome. Think about deciding that. You're a real heel.
Yeah.
That's a real heel.
She was.
She's true heel out there.
It's bullshit.
You even, you lost, you won.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have been a little nicer to Melissa gimmick.
No, I didn't lose that much. And actually, you know what? Now that I said that, I'm coming back for scalps tonight.
Okay.
Be on the lookout, Melissa.
I want you, bub.
Hey, Q.
How we doing?
To be honest, I'm not 100% sure what part of the Super Bowl we haven't talked about 100 times.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a question for AQ, actually.
Yeah.
How has, since Tooney's been kicked out, how has his replacement been? Because he's going up against Jalen Carter this week.
Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous for him. I mean, honestly, again, they do such a good job protecting the entire group. It's always running the football. It's always RPOs. It's always play action. Very few and far between are you ever just drop back pass. And if they feel like that's going to be an issue, you watch. They will find a way to chip Jalen Carter if need be. They can RPO, send a tight end here, and chip on the tackle. So, there's so many different ways that they can help guys on that group, and they're all interchangeable. It's really good with
How come every coach doesn't do that or play caller do that? Why is Andy Reid the one who says, you know what, we got a little bit of an issue with our offensive line. Let's try to protect them a little bit. Maybe we try to win. Why is he able to do that and others aren't, seemingly?
Listen, I mean, they want to get most coordinators want to get as many guys out on a route, and the more times you keep people in to chip and help, now it's two-man route, so your two guys better win, right? Yep. That was Bruce Arians' famous quote, every time we'd ask for a chip, hey, we got Aaron Donald this week, can we get a fucking chip? He'd say, I tried to chip. Who was the freak? They called him the freak down in Tennessee.
Javon Curse.
Javon Curse. He's like, when I was in Pittsburgh, we chipped him. We kept this guy and we kept this guy in, and Javon Curse still had 5 sacks. Figure it the fuck out. Win your matchup. We're getting 5 guys out.
He's going to get to the quarterback at some point, no matter what we do.
Yeah.
So we're going to get our guys out. At least have an opportunity to do some shit.
That's
okay,
right.
Let's talk about a team that you know well. Well, a team that you did know well. You were a player, a coach, and a Super Bowl champion for them, although you weren't there that long. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mike Greenberg, not Get Up's, ESPN's Mike Greenberg.
Okay.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mike Greenberg, salary cap guru, salary cap gymnastics expert, absolute dog in piecing together rosters and handling it all. He is not going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars GM. He has pulled his name from contention for that particular gig. Your thoughts on this? Is this Tampa Bay, Liam Cohen stuff still happening here? Or is this Greenberg not thinking he's getting a gig? What are your thoughts on this?
It'll be taken that way. But listen, that's the way they've operated all the time. They feel like if they have good people, and I know you guys mentioned it last week where you thought maybe they were doing that to shun Liam Cohen by blocking coaches from taking those jobs. Listen, the way they're looking at it, at least from the offensive line coach stuff that they did last week, is they went from bottom 5 in the league for the last however many years to all of a sudden being top 5 in the league. They're not letting those coaches just walk. In this case,
you talking about Tampa?
Yeah, Tampa. They blocked Carberry, the O-line coach, and I think the assistant guy. They wouldn't let any of those guys. When it comes to him, this might be a little bit of old fuck you, Liam.
Really?
I don't know. Who knows?
Whoa!
Who knows?
Really?
Maybe.
It's only 32 of those jobs.
Yeah, and Mike Greenberg, I guess, his name was up for the last couple GM cycles.
Jets this year, too.
Jets.
So, what he did in Tampa with Tom and everything that happened afterwards, Mike Evans deal, relationship, everything that he's done has been in the spotlight. I assume he just thinks maybe he'll get a job in the future or he doesn't care. I wonder how he actually thinks there. And what's Jacksonville going to look like?
What are they going to
What is Jacksonville going to look like?
Good question.
Got a yacht out here.
Yeah.
Really nice yacht.
That looks cool.
We talked about this yacht before because I watched a documentary. He's got a yoga gym.
Yep.
Inside of the
We
yacht.
need to go see that.
Yeah, it's in the back. He goes down, does yoga. You got a little cold tub there.
You can walk right on there doing
three
tours right
pools.
now.
I don't know about that.
3 pools. Got to have more pools than your stadium has on the yacht.
Yeah,
I understand that.
obviously.
Only 2 pools in the stadium down there in Duval.
Is Tony Khan still involved?
Chief football strategist?
Yeah.
I assume he's still CFSing.
Then they'll still suck.
Well, they just hired Tony Baselli for a role down there, too. He's
He's like VP.
EVP.
Yeah.
Who was that up in
Big
Detroit?
time
Who was that up in Detroit?
Chris Spielman?
Yeah, it's that role.
Spielman has a big part of that.
That type of role. So Jacksonville still needs a general manager.
Yes.
New Orleans needs a head coach.
Yes.
Yep.
That's where we're at in the top cycle.
Correct. Yep. New Orleans is done, though, right?
Kelly Moe.
Kelly Moe.
Kelly Mo.
They-
always been Kelly.
The interesting thing about that is It'll be his first time being a head coach. And he's going into a place where a lot of people think they're going to have to suck for a while because of the setup contractually.
Yeah.
Is he going to get any grace, you think?
I mean, you would assume so, but I mean, we do a lot of assuming. You assume when he comes in, his first opportunity, what are they going to do with Derek Carr, in the foreseeable future? And obviously, we know the salary cap hell that they're in, so you would assume that we give them at least a 3-4 year, grace period. But who knows?
They'll give him grace if it looks a certain way, right? Like if they're not getting beat by 25.
Who's quarterback? Carr?
Feels like it.
Yeah, but there's a report that came out that said the Saints really, really like Spencer Rattler, so they're kind of already setting him up. Like, hey, you better fucking win with this guy.
Who was the model?
Jake Haener.
Jake Haener, he could sling it.
They had a good quarterback.
He's a dog.
Spencer was on my flight down. I got a lot of respect for Spencer. He was on a Southwest flight in a middle seat, basically, on the flight.
Spencer Rattler?
Yeah.
So he got on last because Southwest, you pick your.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Probably last minute.
Just blending in.
I just need to get down there.
I just need to get down.
Seen a lot of people saying if they do suck, it will be the return of the Manning to New Orleans. And granted, who knows what that happens.
Yeah.
Arch following in his grandfather's
The March for Arch.
footsteps.
Did you see the video of him windmill dunking?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Arch?
Freak of nature.
2 feet, too. We didn't get like a big run up. This was like just a casual jump straight up in the air. Boom. He was at that basketball game 2 weeks ago or whatever. He did like a
I saw him do the fake jump shot, and from that, I said,
Red Bull gives you wings.
Definitely not a hooper.
What? From the fake jump shot?
Yeah, I didn't like
Elbow
it.
tight?
I
What
think
are
you
you
can tell a lot from a guy's
What did it
fake.
look like?
Yeah,
What did it look like? I missed the fake jump.
It looked bad. It looked as bad as Ryan Day running the first base.
Whoa!
That can't be true. That can't be true. That's the worst video ever.
Yeah, how do we feel about that over there in Ohio? A lot of interviews, a lot of base running. How do we feel about the post?
Neil Bryan,
National
Neil
Bryan,
right?
We lost both coordinators. How do you? What do you?
So I did see a report. Is Neil Brown he wasn't brought in for an interview, was he?
No, it's done deal. Yeah.
I mean, I'm still pushing for Ryan Hartline. Put him in.
Okay,
Brian's brother.
Yeah, that's Ryan and Brian.
Well, he does have a brother, not Ryan. Maybe his brother's name is Ryan, actually.
Okay, so now we just offended
we
he and his
figured all
brother
of them out.
that we definitely have met
Hey,
before.
we're talking about him. You can't offend him.
No,
We're
Brian
talking about
Hartline, dog. He was up for a
Dog.
couple head coaches jobs.
Yeah.
He's allegedly the recruiter.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one that everybody enjoys
He's
being
a wide
around.
receiver developer.
Yes.
He comes
Coaches
in,
his ass off.
Yeah.
That offense is going to be good. Who's going to be your quarterback?
It'll be a battle coming through the spring and summer. Julian saying a lot of people are saying, but there's honestly 2-3 guys in the mix.
Who are you going to say?
They lost their O-line coach, too. Went to the Cardinals.
Yeah, Fry.
How do you feel about plucking Jim Knowles from the Ohio State Buckeyes?
Oh, yeah, you guys got him.
Oh,
Congrats.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're all in.
Oh, that was you moving chips in.
Yeah, you see what I did there?
Middle of the table was here, though.
Wow,
kinda went,
you know what I was
Yeah,
doing.
but it was like metaphorically.
Yeah.
You were pushing the chips.
All
up.
in.
Is that Kraft?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we talked to him. You know that.
That's Pat Crafty.
He's ready.
This guy's the guy.
Dude,
this is what you would want.
Drew Howard's the guy, too, right?
We saw him on the sidelines of the Notre Dame Penn State game. His shoulders are this wide.
Big Ten linebacker.
That's right.
Now he's running the ship up at Penn State, shaking hands, getting massive amounts of money.
Yeah.
Penn State, you guys feel like you're back, huh? Because everybody talking about Ohio State going on and they got to win it all. You guys now going all in, you got to win it all.
That was a huge thing.
Is that going to happen?
Yeah, I think so.
Drew Allar's
for
his
Jimbo
quarterback, right?
Franklin.
No, Coach Franklin's got to win.
Win it all or bust.
Yeah, he's ready to be a guy. He's
Michigan
gonna be,
went all in. Ohio State went all in. Now
They
Penn
won.
State's
They
going
won.
in.
Here we go.
It certainly seems like if they don't win it all, there's one guy to blame, right?
Who's that?
Drew Aller.
Jimbo?
There's going to be one guy to blame.
He's got a burger?
Given them, we've given it all.
contract?
We've given them all to it. We've given them the coaches. We've given them the players. We've went all in. You got to win now.
How do you feel about your say in the Penn State ranks at this point of being an alumni? You were the guest. You were the celebrity captain.
Did the coin toss.
Went out for the coin toss. That was cool. Old king of mammals.
Are you in the Ring of Honor?
I don't have one.
Got it.
Hall of Fame?
I don't have one.
What the fuck?
The hell?
They got rid of all
Our pictures on the wall.
Nice.
Have hair?
That's cool.
I did have hair.
Looks so cool, I bet.
So cool.
God, he looks so cool.
Yep.
All right, as AQ does the Shipley Shuffle out of here, ladies and gentlemen, joining us will be a guy who was drafted in the same draft class as me, a guy that taught me how to punt. At one point, I think he signed like a 7-year deal to be the New Orleans Saints punter. Won a Super Bowl down here, and oh yeah, he's want to hit the surprise onside kick coming out of halftime. Ambush, ambush, ambush. Out of SMU. Ladies and gentlemen, New York Jets punter, Thomas Morstead.
A love it. Love the Team Gleason shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Jacked, man. Holy shit.
So jacked.
So jacked.
It's absurd.
How do you get so jacked?
Team Gleason shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. I've been working out, not as much as you, but I've been working out. Boys are pumped to see you.
Oh, yeah.
Pumped to see you.
As always.
Here's the head shit, if you can put it on. Okay, so let's talk about the shirt. Let's talk about Team Gleason. Obviously, Steve Gleason, former Saint, former teammate of yours during the glory days. Coming out for the Saints' glory days. I was on the other side.
You were.
Yeah, when you hit that little thing and then win a Super Bowl and then.
Remember?
My mom was crying in the stands. She thought I missed the kick.
What a duff! He just shanked it so bad.
Oh, no.
Shanked it 13 yards, this guy. I've been watching him forever. Mom English, I believe?
Yep.
Mom English, soccer.
Jamie Cole was sitting with her, so he talked her off the ledge and said, "There's no way he missed it that bad."
Jamie
On
Cole,
purpose.
kicking, punting, snapping, coach, legend. I have a lot of thanks to him and also a lot of thanks to Thomas Morstead, who's been a punting coach to, I don't know what the percentage of guys that are in the NFL or have been in the NFL over the last 20 years, but basically all of them. This guy is absolute legend. And with your season, you are raising money for Team Gleason and ALS research, I believe, so we can knock.
It's mainly for technology to help people that are diagnosed with ALS continue to live with ALS, be able to continue to be human, be able to communicate, and they also send ALS patients and their families on adventures all over the world to inspire people to keep living. They do so much. The last I checked with them, they're getting 800 applications a month for technology for people to just to be able to talk, you know?
Okay, so ALS is and we watched Steve Gleason's story, I think, from blocking punt, the whole moment with Falcons all the way through. Now, ALS, brain good, body stops. Is that what happens?
Yeah, so you're basically your muscles just atrophy. They stop working and they just atrophy. And without medical intervention, most people will end up would suffocate because you can't even continue to breathe. And so you can get kind of like a pacemaker, like for your heart, but for your diaphragm now, and basically be kind of like you're on a respirator essentially. And that's how Steve continues to be in a chair and continues to move around.
And there's no cure, right, for ALS?
Not that's known. So.
And you said they're getting 800 applicants a year or a month? A month. So how many people have a lot of people have ALS. Every time I go to an ALS fundraiser and an Alzheimer's, like anything, the people talk about the amount of people that are suffering from it, and we don't have a cure for it. It is just something that happens. There's a lot.
And I think what's scary is that the rate of it's growing. So more and more people are getting it for some reason. So, which is the reason for continued. I mean, other than getting support and people hearing about Team Gleason and what they do, they're getting more and more applicants because more and more people are getting diagnosed. So, this has just been a thing for me to do. Steve's really helped me through my own trials that I've been through in the past number of years, and I want to do something to thank him. I'm like, who's encouraging this guy that's doing so much good shit for people all over the world? And you just be around him for 2 hours and you like feel kind of what he goes through, but then you go back to living your life. That's his every day in perpetuity right now. And so I think any way that we can continue helping him be encouraged, feel loved, feel supported. He's doing so much for so many people, and just him being alive is important. And so it's been an honor to do it.
Yeah, shout out to you and shout out to Steve for being a familiar face that people can connect with to understand the story of what's happening to everybody else with that. You donated money this year, right? I remember we talked about this.
Yeah.
It was punts inside the 20, and you were donating money, right? And I said I would match, right? So how much have we raised? How much do we owe? And how magical was the year?
Well, the year was not magical. I thought we were going to do a lot better, but
not for the Jets, but for this.
It was a cool thing. A lot of support. Punters and kickers all over the league donated their jerseys after games to kind of keep weekly donations going. And so my contribution was $19,000, and if you decide to match that, that'll put us over the $100,000 mark.
Well, I would definitely match it. And
Appreciate
congratulations, punters. Raising money, helping out with Team Gleason. And let's continue to innovate that technology so people can continue to live. And please tell Steve that although we have not met, he has inspired all of us. And he's a badass. And that block was a thing of beauty. You're talking about picture perfect form. I assume everything else is awesome. Let's talk about the season with the Jets. What year are you going into?
This will be 17.
Congrats.
Damn. Crazy.
And we've talked about it. You said go till the wheels fall off. And obviously you have a lot of history here in New Orleans. Bounce around to a couple different teams. End up with the Jets. Now have become a mainstay for the Jets, I feel like. Another year under contract up there with them, right?
Yep.
What was this year like? Chaotic? Hectic? How do you kind of view it as a guy who's been there, done that with everything from Super Bowl to getting released and going somewhere else?
I would just say it was a really weird year. We expectations are high, results weren't there, and that makes it a really it's the worst kind of season to have. If you're a team that's rebuilding and you don't expect to really be that good that year, that's a different thing. We had high hopes. We had hopes of playing this week, this season. It just didn't happen. And I was, no one wants to hear this, but I was proud of how our group stuck together. It was a tough year, and being in that New York media market is something that's I'd heard about my whole career, but I've seen it now for the past few years. And guys came to work every day and continued to grind and continued to work, and there wasn't this fracturing that I think maybe gets reported here and there. So, just a tough year.
Yeah, we followed.
Yeah, we did.
Pretty closely.
It was a tough year. Tough year we were out there. We learned a lot in an athletic article that was reported.
Yes, we did.
And then there was a lot of other things that were said. You've been in a lot of buildings. You've been around a lot of people. Woody Johnson. This guy is a topic of conversation, especially for the New York Jets and everything that happens. What are your thoughts on Woody Johnson, and what do we get wrong about Woody Johnson potentially from behind the scenes?
Well, I don't know what you guys think you're right or wrong or what's even being said. I don't follow too much of it, but I will say this. If there's one flaw that he has, he's the biggest Jets fan in the world. He loves the team.
Obsessed with team.
He just loves the team. And so, that's all I would say about it. I see a little bit of stuff that's said, but honestly, I'm in my own little world. I see things from a different perspective as a specialist. You kind of have the blinders out a little bit, but most of the days you just go in there, do your work, and you're really only in the realm of people that you spend time with is the guys in the locker room and the equipment guys, the trainers, the people that you interface with every day. So all I know is every time I talk to him, man, all he wants to do is win.
Yeah.
He loves the team.
Yeah, he said in a press conference whenever they were introducing a new coach, which AJ has a question about, but he talked about how I had to look in the mirror and be a better owner too. If he's obsessed with the Jets, that would make a little bit more sense. He's around. I got a question. I like that he loves the team though. That's good news. I like that he seemingly wants them to be great too, which, not every owner seemingly wants to do. So, nonetheless, big turnover transition time for the Jets. AJ has a question for you.
Yeah, Thomas, obviously Aaron Glenn comes in there, great player for the Jets, and he seems to embody everything that the New York Jets want to be. Have you had any interaction with him, and what do you think of the hire?
I've texted with him a little bit. Biggest thing I would say that I could speak on is he was our cornerbacks coach in New Orleans for my last 4 years there. And then he obviously left with Dan Campbell to go to Detroit. And so the thing I remember about him, again, not a ton of one-on-one time or things like that. He was super professional, just very, very professional guy. And, I'm a huge Dan Campbell fan, so I've kind of watched the Lions' path over the past 4 years, and so I've seen a lot of AG on the TV, and I know for the past few years, Dan's really hyped him up as, look, I hope we never lose him because he's a great coach, but at some point, somebody's going to have to give him an opportunity because he's going to be a head coach in this league. So I think just from a personal side, everybody that's in this business is striving to get to some goal, and for him to be able to get a head coaching opportunity with the team that drafted him, I mean, that's like storybook shit.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're excited to watch it all unfold. We can't thank you enough for stopping by. Thanks for raising money for a great cause, and keep going, man. And thanks for everything you did for me, buddy. I appreciate you.
My favorite jersey swap of all time is the Pat McAfee #1 jersey. It just says, Thomas, you're my favorite punter. Got that one up in the house, so I appreciate you, Pat.
You are, man. You taught me how to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Morstead. All right, Thomas. Hey, a lot of good times down here, huh? We're live. All right, yeah. We're live. I was excited.
Yeah.
Who knows where he said? He said, "Are you staying?" He was about to make a bunch of recommendations.
Yeah.
I assume the NFL is in a great place, as AQ Shipley Shuffle takes place as he joins us back here. Hey, thanks for coming back, AQ.
I almost heard like the Stone Cold music as I saw him turn the corner. For real. It felt
He's
like
a big punter.
Huge, right?
I didn't know he was that tall.
Huge. And you should see his workouts. His workouts are asinine.
He had a shaker. He shows up with a shaker, shaking up, drinking some kind of protein drink.
In the offseason, he goes and lives up at altitude in Colorado somewhere, and he like runs trails and shit. I mean, he's just he is all. Did you see how hairy he is?
Oh yeah, Rocky IV workouts.
Yeah, I mean he
is.
Yeah. So I wanted. He like taught me how to punt. Like actually taught me form and everything like that. And he went about doing his stuff so much different than me. But the form was kind of all the same.
Similar.
I was at I went to a camp in the offseason with Jamie Cole, and we were just going to have like a morning session with some of the NFL guys. And I may or may not have shut it down the night before.
As you do.
In Wisconsin.
Young lad.
Don't get to see these people all the time. Like, it's good to see you guys. Let's chit chat. Let's have a good time here in Whitewater, Wisconsin, I believe. Great town. Good times. Good, nice little bars. Hard to get out there at night, though. Not a lot of Ubers and stuff.
Sure.
But I had one.
Great D3 school.
Wasn't the only one. Yeah, definitely. Great setup. I mean, it was a fantastic place. So we do that. We go out like 8:30, 9 a.m. We're going to go hit some, And that's a good place to like kind of work on some stuff, watch somebody else do their stuff. I assume this is what quarterbacks do. I assume this is what tackles do, everything like that. And also, compete a little bit. Let's go ahead and do this. I get there. Thomas Morstead. Houses, like 3 pre-workouts, okay? Starts flipping tires on the sideline, flipping tires down the thing. Had a hammer. I don't know where the fuck. Hitting the thing. 35 minutes I watched him do a workout to warm up, and I was just sitting there the entire time.
To warm up?
This is to warm up. And then he had music blaring, and then you see him on the Jets on Hard Knocks. He sprints the length of the field before he goes out and does a kickoff or a punt or a hold or whatever. It's like he is, whenever it comes like his workouts and stuff, super intense. But that's why he's able to blow up for 17 years. We got drafted the same class. Yeah. He's having more than double my career, and I love him. And this Gleason stuff's crazy. ALS is crazy.
Yeah,
nuts.
the worst. It is. That's something you would think like Neuralink would be involved with.
Yeah, hopefully.
Going forward, yeah.
How about them saying the big issue is your body becomes like chokes you.
Eats itself.
It's not really a brain thing, I don't think.
It's the scariest thing.
Yeah, because your brain remains.
Exactly.
So you're trapped.
Right?
Yep. You just don't have the muscle even to speak. Like, it's what Lou Gehrig's disease. I mean, that's what it is. Like that. It's the scariest thing you think of.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is.
And you're watching this Gleason story.
His life expectancy, like he has outlived it by
far.
I went to a Pearl Jam concert in like 2015 at Wrigley Field, and they brought Steve Gleason up on stage, and he said he introduced one of the songs, and he was like, I feel better today than I did like when I was playing football. Like it's wild.
10 years from then, what's a Pearl Jam song that I would know or D-Butch would know?
Even flow.
Can you keep going?
Another one. That's them?
Daughter?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, you don't know.
That's them.
He chases them away. Yeah.
D-Butch, you know that?
Yeah, Pink Floyd.
What?
Hell yeah.
Nailed it.
Easy.
Hell yeah.
Same region.
Hell yeah.
Fucking Pink Floyd. D-Butch.
Better,
worse.
U2. You know U2?
I
Pearl Jam's
experienced
better
you
than
too.
Big
Yeah,
Four.
I know the bottom of
Not
the
the hits.
catalog.
We didn't see the hits, so.
Yeah, I know the bottom of that thing. I got a chance to see it live. 30, 60K. What was it?
Last year?
60K.
60,000.
Maybe our expectations were too high.
This time last year.
60K.
No doubt.
This time last year, he was sitting in a full NHL Vegas Knights uniform, and we were going that night to see.
Are you still a member of the Las Vegas Golden Knights?
Yeah. I just honestly wait for the fucking boys to call on you, and you show up. So, and I don't know. I think I want to say they're first in the Western Conference right now. No big deal. Well, maybe not. Maybe the fucking Winnipeg Jets are up there. But
how are the Panthers? I saw they're at the White House.
I would assume we're cooking. I think Gump showed we got a loss last night. We've been cooking.
I think you're first.
Let's go to the back.
Yeah, of course
let's go to the back of the set here at Radio Row. Hey, Gumps, are the Panthers good, Gumps?
Yep.
Yeah, they're still good. Tough loss last night, but they're all right.
Keep scanning to that whole island there. Fuckboy Island in the back here.
Great set of men at this table.
Yeah, that's Billy Coding, YouTube back there. Gumpy obviously splunking through the entire internet.
That Talk's a laptop?
Talk's not a laptop. No, that's his home rig. Pack that thing. I don't go anywhere without it.
Takes it everywhere he goes.
He got Dirty, obviously sitting next to Talk, getting the job done. And then there's D-Bone.
Looks good.
And that's Look at him. Yep.
Yeah.
D-Bone's at the Super Bowl.
Mitts playing slime soccer.
I was going to say Mitts on miniclip.com playing putt-putt.
Yeah, and that's Met football.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And then on the other side, Foxy, go back to you guys there. It's a hell of a setup. The people that did this did a fantastic job. You got Foxy, Zito, and Nick on the far side. Right next to Nick is a curtain there. There's other people less than 3 inches from Nick's arm right there.
Oh, really?
They're getting weird.
Nick's in it.
Like a different show?
Great work, boys. You guys did a great job with CFO Phil sitting up there, housing, coffee, overseeing. Zito, good setup, I think.
I love it.
Foxy, how do you... Okay, that's good. That's glowing.
Hell yeah.
That is a glowing review. Foxy, how's it been?
One of the smoothest sets we've had in so long, I feel like.
Wow.
Look at this.
Barcode and team.
Yeah.
The whole set, like, I just look around. I keep. Did you know that there's a drum on the front of your desk?
Yeah. An actual drum?
Yeah.
I just saw it.
The actual Super Bowl trophy too.
That's a drum. I think you play that thing.
You could. It's not as big as Purdue's.
Is that the real Dims, AQ?
It's heavy.
Like
It's heavy. I thought it was going to be like hollow. It's not hollow.
The lantern above your head, like just the detail of the set.
Classic.
This is Mystic Scenic Studio, I believe, is the company. They did the same. This is the same frame, I think, as last year.
Good.
Yeah.
They just redid it. It was wonderfully done. Got a banjo up there.
Oh, that's cool.
It's awesome.
A trumpet? This is awesome.
New Orleans.
A lot of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the, hey, American
Gators.
flag there.
Oh, it was a gator.
Out of football.
Here's a gator.
Is that a gator?
Yeah,
There's a gator here, too. Gator.
Can we
Couple
eat that
gators.
gator?
Couple gators. Troopers. Appreciate you, boys.
Shout
in
out.
blue.
Hell yeah.
Hey, they clean.
Yes. One of the best.
I wonder if you can't be fat because it's too hot down here
Yeah.
to wear that costume.
I'm sure we can find one or two. But
Troopers?
There's always one or two.
Yeah, but they're like probably administrative.
Yeah, desk guys.
Yeah, they're administrative.
fair. Not on the road.
I think it's way too hot to just, if you had to be in that uniform and mobile to be fat. It's too hot down here.
Yeah. It's like Arizona. It'd be tough to be fat in Arizona.
But there's no humidity in Arizona. You can get away with things in Arizona.
It's 125 in the summer, though.
It doesn't matter. You don't sweat.
Are you doing a
don't
chef
sweat
thing
in the
down
summer?
here?
No, no chef.
You don't sweat?
You don't sweat in the summer? in
No, because
Arizona?
it literally
In Arizona.
evaporates. That's why so many people, like, they'll go hiking and they're not sweating. So they're like, I'm good. And they're not drinking water. And then
pass
they
out.
pass out.
And die.
Heat exhaustion.
Yep.
Boom. Dead.
Rest in peace to them.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
I guess.
Fools, but
They shouldn't
Gotta
be
take
wild.
water.
They should still rest in peace.
absolute fools.
Humpback, right? Camelback.
Camelback.
Humpback.
Close.
Well, they got humpbacks.
Yeah, they got
Humpback whales
humpbacks.
out in the
Yeah.
ocean.
Up in
still around?
Camelback.
Yeah, you go on top of Camelback and you see
See the
humpbacks.
humpbacks. Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah. Age, favorite thing thus far since we got down here in New Orleans?
Well, I saw a few people cruising the halls that we get to see at Super Bowl every year. Good to see Glazer. I haven't made the rounds exactly yet, but I'd say right now, Trey Hendrickson coming in here and Fred Warner. Fred Warner, honestly, is one of my favorite players in the NFL. Might be my favorite player in the NFL. So it was great to have him on.
Is he your favorite Mormon?
I mean, I guess I haven't put him into categories yet. Like, haven't said favorite. Brady Papinga was a guy I played with.
So he's your favorite Mormon?
4 or 5 years. 5 years roommate, home and away games. He really schooled me up on what's going
So Fred Warner, top 5 Mormon in your
definitely top 3.
Oh, Kyle Van Noy up there too?
Kyle Van Noy's up there. I don't even know all my friends that are Mormons. To tell you
Andy
the truth.
Reid.
Andy Reid's a great Mormon.
Great Mormon.
Yeah.
Is that your top Mormon?
Is he a great Mormon?
I think so.
Andy Reid?
Is he a Jack Mormon?
What does that
He's
mean?
done great things as a Mormon.
It's cool.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
A lot of Italians coaching here.
Yeah.
The All-Italian Bowl, you might as well say, for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep.
As you got Big Dom running things. Sirianni doing his thing. Vic Fangio, who was Fangio over not too long ago. You guys kicked him out of Miami.
We did. Ran him out of town.
What's that all
He
about? Because he toughness?
It's relationship business, Sometimes guys just don't mesh. Meeting rooms don't mesh. Personalities, players.
Was it scheme? Honestly, why didn't? Was it his scheme didn't fit
a soft organization?
I don't know what it was. I know Jalen Ramsey was. He wanted to follow and be kind of that guy. Be around the ball a little bit more. He is very scheme specific. Been running a similar scheme for a long time. But shit, he landed on his feet in Philly and it's been working wonders so far.
Gumpy, you think that says more about the Dolphins or Vic Fangio?
I think it's a little of both. We lost 6 of our starting defensive players at the end of last season as well. So we had nobody going into Kansas City, but nobody remembers that.
Well, you guys blame Vic Fangio, though.
No, we had Bruce Irving, who we signed like 24 hours before the game out there.
I love Bruce. Let's go ahead and remember West Virginia legend
was
here.
a great player.
Athlete.
Justin Houston was a great player. There was a lot of players that used to be great, though.
So why is Vic Fangio getting blamed? Why does he get run out of time?
The players just didn't like him. Jalen Ramsey, Javon Holland both didn't like him. I don't know why.
Okay, that goes back to, is this more about the Dolphins or is this more about Vic Fangio?
I'd say a little of both.
Anthony Weaver had a good year.
Yeah,
He did.
He was very
Get some
good.
head coach consideration.
Oh, yeah, the Dolphins were lurking that whole time.
They were lurking.
They were lurking that whole time. What happens with the Dolphins?
I mean, Tyreek Hill put out a groundbreaking tweet, so hopefully you listen to him.
What'd he say, Gumps?
He said, I hope we add better players and win more games.
Holy shit.
Do you agree?
And I couldn't fucking
To the
agree
point.
more. You know what? I never fucking thought of that.
Cosign.
Okay, all right.
I never thought of winning more games.
Take care of the obvious.
That's great.
Retweet, Gumps. Maybe you guys be in the Super
quote
Bowl
tweeted
next
it
year.
for sure. We're only $20 million over the cap going into next year. A lot of spots to fill. We'll be fine.
Hey, Super Bowl 60, though, could be the Dolphins.
Could be.
Yeah, we got Mariota
Could be.
coming in to be backup.
Schefter pushing Mariota was
Dude, that was
interesting.
wild.
I'm like, wow, I love Oos. Let's not get crazy.
He
but
thought that was like league changing.
Well, I saw somebody posted about fantasy football conversation. I'm like, what? Are we missing something?
Fools.
Maybe. That's where the Dolphins are now, though.
Is Tua good? Are we good to go for Tua all season?
Oh, yeah.
He's healthy?
His hip's
No
good.
worries?
His head's good.
We're not
For
worried
sure.
about his head anymore, which is good.
Nah,
I
he'll
think.
miss 6 games next year, but,
No, he won't.
What?
No, I think
He's going to
got-
be healthy next year.
Yeah.
until he's up. But I agree. He's going to start like gangbusters.
What about Anthony Richardson? Let me tell you a thought I had the other day on Anthony Richardson.
Can't wait.
I was sitting there, I was scrolling, I saw something. I said, you know what? This guy's so young. This guy's got such good opportunity and promise ahead. This guy went and got the laser thing done, like Josh Allen did.
Yeah.
Look out, NFL. Anthony Richardson's the next NFL MVP. That's what's
next
going to
one?
happen next year.
Love it.
Anthony Richardson's going to win the MVP. This young guy got it figured out this offseason. I can already tell. I haven't heard anything from his team, haven't seen anything, but I can just tell in my heart of hearts that he's got it figured out.
I could be wrong, but I think he's younger than Shadur and Cam Ward.
Yep.
And Will Howard and Quinn Ewers and all those guys.
Exactly. Young.
Not
he's got
seeing
10 years to
anything-
get better.
Not seeing anything's almost better. They're
Yeah.
not doing the hype videos.
No
They're not
bad
doing
habits.
The, look at me. They're just doing the work.
Just doing the work, and he's so young, he can still learn.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Bingo.
Look out for AR5 next year.
Boom.
Winning the MVP.
2025.
Possibly you.
AR5.
Bingo.
Look out.
I mean, it's all kind of written in the stars. The NFL is at a place that is so strong that it's going to be hard for anybody to catch up. You know, people talk about the NBA's ratings, and they talk about the NHL's ratings, and they talk about baseball existing. I don't hear anybody talk about baseball ratings. Have you ever?
They're so good that you don't have
I couldn't even guess the number of people that watch games. Like, what's he expected? 100,000?
I would
It's gotta be a
assume
big
this,
local
this
market.
past year
It's all
was
the
probably
local.
the biggest World Series they've had in a long time.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Shohei's in there.
Freddie Freeman.
Dodgers, Yankees.
Skeens is a star.
What about game to game, though? What about regular season games?
It doesn't matter.
I guess there's so many of them, yeah.
Because
World Series average 15.8. That's a good number.
Huge.
yeah, that's a massive number.
But the season, there's no like in my head for the regular season. I couldn't even if it's not a primetime game, if it's just happening. What is a number?
Very local market, probably.
yeah, I would say like Dodgers probably have huge numbers.
Jeez.
But I mean,
Oh,
this
no.
goddamn end table's the size of a thimble. Yeah, I don't know what you want me to do.
Came out of nowhere.
How long have you been waiting to roast that side?
Since I fucking saw the thing,
good table.
couldn't fit. You know,
It does look cool.
It does look cool. I would say like Dodgers probably do huge numbers. Yankees probably do huge numbers.
Mets.
Pirates.
No.
Definitely not.
Braves maybe, but like outside of that, Phillies I guess was probably pretty big too. But outside of that, very Cubs.
Maybe it goes up.
How they make so much money?
Hats.
Ticket sales.
Selling hats.
Well,
That
I
too.
got on the Buckos hat right now.
They're selling hats.
Bingo.
Think about the amount of hats.
And 80 home games a year.
Actually, the ice
Tickets.
cream in the helmet.
Concessions.
Ice cream in the helmet that
Yep,
you eat
that
out.
too.
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
the
Baseballs.
ESPN games were 1.6 million per game.
On Sunday night, you're saying?
Those
No,
are prime
all
time.
ESPN.
That's
games.
not true.
What?
Okay. All right. No, I heard it was 2.6, Gump.
I mean, TGL's doing that number. You think TGL's
We're throwing
bigger?
numbers out.
You think I just
If you
pulled
say
that out of
average,
my
yeah. If we're
ass,
taking
AJ?
if we're taking
Just got it off
15
the
mil.
internet, you asshole.
Okay, Gump, I'll let you finish. If we're going to take 15
But
mil,
also, let me finish.
if we take 15 mil for the World Series game, you're putting that into the games that have 22,000 watching.
15
Probably.
mil was on Fox.
He said on ESPN, you asshole. The World
Okay.
Series was on fucking Fox.
Even okay, then it holds even lesser value than what he said, I guess.
National TV ratings, both ESPN and Fox.
I'm not even listening.
I'm I'm not even listening. Can you put it behind me over here?
And I love baseball. The Reds are going to be great this year. They're going to win it all.
ESPN Sunday Night Baseball finished the season with its most watched season.
Sunday night. That's prime time, Pat. That's a prime time game.
With average audience of 1.5 million, plus 6% increase year over year. Fox's audience was consistent with last year's average, 1.8, slightly up from last year. 4,000 more. That's a big deal.
It's pretty good.
Meanwhile, MLB games on FS1 have increased 9% with an average audience of 370,000. So that's probably the one, right?
Average.
That's probably the 375 is probably where
Sunday
we're at.
night's prime. That's legit. Like Sunday night baseball is fun to look. It's good. Those are good matchups. Those are cool.
Anyway, sports still dominate. If you look at the NBA's numbers and compare it against other things that are happening that aren't sports, NBA's still doing great. NHL is still doing great if you were to compare it to like a show. Baseball still doing great if you were to compare it to a show. The NFL got 4.7 million viewer average for the Pro Bowl games.
And it was a disaster.
And it was a blowout, and it was a lot of things. Drake May was in it. No offense to Drake May.
Whoa. You do not have
No
to throw
offense.
that in there.
Spinning it.
You do not have to throw that in there.
He threw a great pick six, also some great touchdowns. He was.
That's unfair.
What?
That's unfair what you're doing right now, but I agree. It's awesome that sports are all the way up.
Let me reiterate or clarify what I meant by that. When Drake May was announced to go to the Pro Bowl, it prompted people like J.J. Watt to say, let's just call it the Participation Bowl, please. Let's not call it the Pro Bowl. So no matter what is out on the field, it can be flag football, it can be a tug of war, it can be a punt perfect, which was the most exhilarating and electrifying part of the entire thing.
The great football race.
It could be the football race, obviously, where Micah Parson blows right through those.
The big cool spike.
Yeah, it could be. Well, that's Thursday night. So with that being said, let's strictly talk about Sunday. 4.7 million viewers is a huge number.
Massive.
And this is exactly why people say, you know, let's just get rid of the Pro Bowl. They never will. They're going to continue to try to tweak with this particular thing. But if you're getting almost 5 million
it's insane
on the Sunday that is not supposed to be anything, that's just the Sunday in between championship weekend and Super Bowl weekend, let alone whenever they add another game and another bye week, and then the Pro Bowl games continue to go, the NFL's numbers are only going up and up. That projected salary cap of $275 is only going to get more and more and more with these TV deals. The NFL is king, AQ Shipley, and this weekend is basically a celebration of that as they'll topple another number that nobody's ever seen before.
The ratings are always insane, especially for the Super Bowl. Do you think that number ever stops, or it's just going to go forever?
It has to stop at some point.
No, because the game is getting more global, and we're getting more women and young ladies into the game.
Oh, my God, I didn't even think about that.
I would assume it just keeps going up. We're talking about what's going on with flag football on the high school level and the international level, Olympics, all that type of shit. You would assume, and you know, the average football fan, the day one football fans aren't going anywhere.
I completely forgot about the fact that I just assumed America would get stagnant at some point.
Agree.
But we are at such an early point of this girls' flag football.
Yeah.
And there's people that get mad at me for talking about this, that was happening on Sunday. I was having a lunch date with my wife, Cheesecake Factory, fantastic.
Oh. Delicious.
No sound on
Still
TV,
bring it.
though, just TV. Okay, and I'm watching this flag football, girls' high school showcase flag football game. The NFC is dominating the AFC, okay? So normally that'd be an immediate, what are we doing here? But literally nothing, can't change the channel, and it's on right in front of our face. So I started watching the shit I was seeing. I'm like, hey, they're playing ball out here. Zoom in on safeties, reading the formation, making checks. They're doing audibles. They have pitch read through. I'm like, I didn't know. Yeah. I did not know they were playing ball. Like, they are checking audibles, deep shots. Now, are they going to overthrow? Yes. Is there shit? Yeah, it's high school football.
Right.
It's high school football, let alone that it's girls or boys. They're not like pros at this point. This is high school. It was like, I was incredibly impressed at the level of this shit. At this stage, let alone where it's going to go. You know, I was very lucky, and we got a chance to showcase a teaser yesterday. Like, I was very lucky to be a part of that NFL commercial spot, and Principal P is the dog.
Yeah,
Principal P, he hates those kids.
Sure.
Just wait. I mean, Principal P ain't got time for these kids, because these kids don't understand. But he loved adding girls flag football as a varsity sport. And then as you're kind of learning about what the mission is, it's like, hey, they want this in all 50 sports, and it's like, why not? If you have a football field on the field and they have the setup, they have the rules, they have the championship, they understand it all, it's like football might be just getting started with a very large portion of people just going forward, let alone where we're at now. And it's like, I guess the game can only continue to grow.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother half of the population that I think can see themselves potentially playing or the future playing. And it's being an Olympic sport, it's like, Yeah, I think the
The
game's
Olympics are huge.
Huge.
Because now every guy that
Global
was, like, sitting there is like, daughter's playing football now.
That's all I could think of. When I saw
she's going to the Olympics.
When I saw they were running this direct snap to running back who was also a quarterback, option play with a pitch, and then that person would sneak out into the flat, and then they'll run this other one, and then the quarterback had to decide whether to run it or throw it. I'm like, there's a lot happening in that one play right there. Like, there's a lot of reading that has to happen. There's a lot of pitching that has to happen. There's a lot of everything. All I could think of was Mackenzie going crazy out there. Mackenzie, I think she's a lefty, so just like scooping and like moving. I'm like, yes, we are going to do that for sure. I think it's great. I think the game's in a great spot.
I do too. I think COVID, it was the only year probably in the last 50 years maybe that the salary cap has gone down, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's the only reason. Like, that's the only way we can expect it ever to drop again. So it's just going to go. This
I heard
game
people
is-
are going to boycott Super Bowl.
That's right.
We'll see the numbers.
Yeah.
You think bigger than ever?
I think so.
That's been the trend for everything.
I think
Yeah, there might be like a little dip if the Chiefs go again, but that's only just because people don't want to watch the Chiefs. But to your point, like more girls with Taylor Swift and everything are going to still watch, so it might just even itself out.
Are we going to get to the point where people are just understand that, like, she's good? It's good that she's a fan of the NFL.
No, people hate her.
No, they're locked in right
Yeah.
now. Whatever they feel, they're locked in.
Minds don't change.
Why?
Just like politics, probably.
Because whether they don't like her music or whether they don't like the fact that they even show her during the game, like those people who hate that are always going to hate it.
Yeah, but why can't you just like see it as good for the league?
Okay. Oh, I don't know.
Hey, it's good for the league.
Okay. I don't know.
All right.
I don't
Why
think
is
they
the sky
think
blue?
I don't think they think that broadly.
Well, to be honest, I think it has something to do with the ocean and the sun.
Reflection.
I haven't really been able to figure that one out.
I can't figure anything out.
I haven't been able to. There's people yelling. I love that. A lot of excitement.
Not a juice.
Oh, there's some good juice. Guy's got sunglasses on.
Sounds
Yes!
like-
Let's
sounds
get
like
that
a
thing up
ninja.
there. Let me see this guy. Let me see this
That's
guy.
Bruce Brown.
That is
Looking around
Bruce
like
Brown.
Bruce out there directing traffic.
Great 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's not the right spot, I don't think.
Is that the Oikos booth?
I don't know.
No way.
Oikos yogurt?
Yeah.
I think so.
There's Philly right there. I'll tell you what, John's got a good shot. Who is that? Who's on there, you think?
Phil Jackson.
Could be Phil.
That could be Phil
That's
Jackson.
Les Snead right there.
We're on the triangle. That's who?
What's
Les
his name?
Snead?
Les something. He's,
Les Snead or
Philly-
Rams?
No, Les
Snead.
Les Bowen. Les
Yeah,
Bowen, I think is his name. He's a Philly
Snead in
reporter.
60 years.
Who's this guy? That's a radio station in Philadelphia.
Gotta be.
Hold on, I like
Yeah.
this guy. Look
Yep.
at this guy right here. That guy's, yep, I agree.
That Field Yates?
I was going to say,
I agree.
Field.
that's Vanderfield.
I love everything about that.
Good
Shout out
play.
to local reporters, by the way, covering the sport.
Yep.
The passion that is brought every single day to cover one team.
Need 'em.
Absolutely bananas. Place is filling up pretty good.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
Big time.
It's going to be a madhouse the next 2 days.
AJ Francis is here. Shout out to AJ.
Oh, yeah. I saw him out there.
Top
Yeah.
dollar.
There he is.
Who hotter? Not nada. Top dollar. It is filling up. Holy shit.
Dongo here?
Fandango down at NXT last night. Welcome back, Dongo.
Back? Don't look now.
It's
in time for Mania.
Yeah, you're right. Right in time for Mania. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Look out.
What's that, guys? That is real sideburns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the moxie.
What do you think?
The moxie on Dongo.
I got to see it one more time.
Butch, don't do that.
I mean,
What do you think? It's painted on?
Come on.
Butch, that's his face.
looks like a goofball.
This isn't
He actually
Ronnie
doesn't
Day.
even shave. That's
Guy's a goofball.
Whoa. Listen, we definitely don't like him as much as we like Dongo. Fandango.
This guy's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you should have seen the run he had, D-Butts.
Oh,
D-Butts.
rival the tribal chief.
You don't think that's real? Pause. You don't think that's
Zoom in.
real?
Can you
You
zoom
know,
in?
now that
Can't
I'm looking
zoom.
at it again, yeah, that's
Super real.
for sure.
I'm starting to think his whole face isn't real.
What? You think it's a mask?
Is that one of those masks that they say some of those
Eyebrows.
celebrities and politicians wear?
What? AJ. You talking
I said
about
that the internet says.
You're
those
talking
are
about the mask
masks.
that the old man mask that we have? You're talking about one of those?
Yeah, I got one too.
But
So is AQ.
Oh, yeah.
Those are clones. They're not masks.
That guy's not a clone. Okay? That's not a mask. That's his face. And he actually doesn't even have to shave it. That's the way his hair grows.
Naturally.
That's what I've been told.
And it stops right there.
And then it's got a crisp.
Great lineup.
Eyebrows, too.
Boom.
It's war paint, but just natural.
His hair.
And on the other side, Dongo. Don't worry about that.
Saying he's the next Steve Austin.
He's got it.
All right. We're going to get the hell out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. What a time.
Awesome. Good to be here.
Who do we have tomorrow? We have big.
Good day tomorrow.
We have Puka, Jaden Daniels, Aiden Hutchinson.
Wow.
That's a good lineup.
Good lineup.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Hey, Q, are you going to be here tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
You doing that chef thing? I've tried to ask you a couple times with conversation.
I've said no.
What do you mean? What chef?
Said no a
Why?
couple times.
Why aren't you doing it?
What chef thing?
So
He does it every year. That might be a little bad blood here.
No. Different group now.
Because now you got bad blood.
Different group. COVID put them out. So a different group bought it.
No.
They're running it. Now that guy that used to run the one that I used to do does one out actually in Phoenix.
It's
called Taste of the Tour now because of the Waste Management Open out there.
Oh.
Is that this week?
Yeah,
it is.
He was there. He slept in bunk beds with somebody because his group.
Top bunk.
Cool.
Ain't that right?
Thunderbirds?
That's true, yeah. T-Birds.
Is
yeah.
LJ, the T-Birds run that thing,
T-Birds,
right?
hell yeah.
Is this your first year as a member of the T-Birds running the Waste Management?
Yep.
Are you guys excited about how things are going?
Wait, why are you
Things are going
sleeping in
great.
bunk beds?
No, it's not the bunk beds.
But
We stay up there.
It's
Late nights, early mornings.
No, you said you guys
Don't
sleep
lie.
naked except in your red jackets and the
Blue
bunk beds.
jackets.
Blue
Come on,
jackets, blue jackets.
Same fucking
Same
thing.
thing.
The beats.
Yeah. So it's not bunk beds,
The
but it
beats.
is. You guys are twin beds next to each other.
Yeah, basically.
Is it true that you sat down
It's like training camp.
and you put your balls in the 17th green hole?
I did not do that.
I thought that was initiation.
Tradition.
No.
Fire answer down there.
Who'd you sleep next to? The guy snored?
Darcy Hordichuk, enforcer in the NHL.
Hordichuk?
He's got a busted nose for sure. What if he
Great
snores so loud?
Wow. I snore too.
You guys got a TV in there?
TV.
Okay.
Yeah, got a little kitchenette. It's nice.
Really?
What do you do with your lotion? Do you just kind of say, hey, turn over? Or
What?
it's kind of one of those things where you do your thing, he does his thing, and nothing
That
leaves
was
this room.
wild.
That's why I got
That was
bathrooms.
wild.
Turn over.
No, I don't know.
That was wild.
I don't know how
Hey.
it works.
Hey,
I'm
yo.
asking a question.
Is that what happened?
This guy's problem.
I don't know. He sounded like he was talking from experience with you, maybe.
I don't know what that was.
It's just. I mean, look, I know what you like to do
Yeah,
in
you're
your
right,
hotel
you're
rooms.
right, right.
So I'm just
Hotel
asking
rooms.
in this
This man
situation.
can't help himself.
So what you do? You guys are applying the course in the morning and stuff like that, the T-Birds? Why you got to
No,
stay?
we run all the venues and stuff. So all like the suite areas, we got to make sure everybody's happy.
Okay, so you're filling up.
Everybody's got a different job.
What was your job?
I got a couple venues on the 18th hole overlooking the winning putt.
To do what? We got to get drinks in here?
Yeah, so if like anybody needs anything, I make sure everybody's happing, wheeling and dealing, shaking.
Are you on call this weekend?
Like Big
or-
Dumb.
No. When I get back, I get a.
You're
I
in
get
the
a hall
service
pass.
industry there? You're in the
Yeah.
service industry.
Thing wouldn't go on without us.
What do you?
We love the T-Birds.
Amen. What do you get from being a T-Bird?
You get to do that?
Volunteer.
Fulfillment.
Get to donate
You get like a-
$17 million to the city of
Oh,
Phoenix.
okay, so you don't do it.
glory.
I got it. That's,
You get to be a good person.
that's awesome.
It is fulfillment, D-Butt.
Yeah.
You get to skip the line. Say, hey, I'm a T-Bird, bitch.
Okay.
Right.
I didn't
Just
know
House
if
cup?
you
You go
got a
house
free
cup?
round or something.
You do got a house cup? Because I know you guys wear that belt.
Kind of watch anything you want, which is kind of cool too. Just go walk up on.
Do you
a
guys
tee
walk
box.
up there with like a T-Bird stein? They fill it up.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
No, we don't have one of those.
You don't have a...
Can you get hammered while you're working there?
You can have some drinks.
Okay.
Can have a good time.
Good time.
Oh, I can't wait for you to be in the hospitality tent and beat the shit out of some patron because you've had one too many.
Yeah, because those kids like slide down. They get hammered
Oh,
drunk.
No, it's a party.
Oh, yeah.
It is a party.
So you got to deal with a bunch of booze bags out there.
A lot of them.
You guys love it. That's right where the T-Birds want.
Yeah.
That's why you
Yeah.
train.
We like to have fun, but also we like to make the world a better place.
That's right.
That's T-Birds.
That's right. Anybody's getting out of line, you're out of here.
Oh, you guys are kicking people out?
Kicking people out.
You guys can kick him out.
Yeah.
Call the
Yeah.
cops.
I got 2 hours of post time to like literally crowd enforcement.
Yes.
Helping police out on
That's why
Saturday.
he's been
and Sunday.
boxing.
You're staying in post?
Oh, I got 2 post sessions. Yeah. 4 hours of post.
The
Do you take them
Thunderbirds?
down? Do you take people down, like spear them, or
Yeah,
do
you can
point them out?
Yeah, no, you work
Ron
with
Breaker?
Call
Scottsdale PD, Phoenix PD.
So they give you a taser, one of the
no,
projectiles.
I wish I had that.
They
That'd be
They
awesome.
give it
Wear
9
cleats?
millimeter.
You don't think?
Yeah, give them guns.
Actually, yeah, I got a clock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shoot
it
him in
just,
the leg!
just stays at the post.
He just puts it right to their temple.
Hey, I'm not playing. I'm a Thunderbird. You know. So do you guys go through training? They show you videos of what's allowed, who you're allowed to kick out, who you're not allowed to kick out.
All at your discretion.
Oh my God, the Thunderbird's got a lot of power.
A lot of power.
You got a bunch of booze bags rolling around a golf course,
Yep.
and all of a sudden you got a blue jacket on. Hey, don't you look at me sideways?
Yeah.
That's right.
I know who AQ's kicking out.
Who's that?
Who's that, Con?
Let's just say D-But's not going to that tent. Oh, that's him. It's not me. That's him, D-Butt.
Thunderbirds.
Talk to him, D-Butt.
Because he's an athlete.
Problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I don't.
Eagles fans?
Hey, Q, would you like to clarify anything that was just said about you? This is like a Hulk Hogan situation.
That's just typical con man. Typical con man.
Do you have any regrets?
Pouring gas on the fire.
What fire?
Yeah.
There wasn't a fire. You actually started one.
Yeah.
I do believe. But
that's it.
I'll tell you what, it's great to be down here in New Orleans. And let's enjoy it all. Football's for everybody. Football's awesome. Football's going to grow. 126 million was the viewers last year's Super Bowl. 4.7 million on a flag football game. I assume it's going to do big. But what does that mean? Who's doing the numbers? AJ doesn't believe any of it. TGL last night?
Oh,
Huge.
Great game.
So good.
Great match.
Another blowout.
Foxy, you watch every single time.
Yeah, I missed this one, though. It was an absolute blowout. Again, there's only been one good match. Last night it was 6-2. The Boston Golf Club lost. Sorry, I would have switched my camera, but it's on Gump right now.
Okay, well, Gumpy doesn't deserve credit for that take because Gumpy isn't watching TGL.
No, Boston team stinks. They lose every time.
Every team loses every time. I think.
I believe LA is undefeated, and last night was the debut of Tommy Fleetwood.
LA is Alexis Ohanahan's team.
Yeah,
the guy who founded Reddit.
It is in Serena, yeah.
Yeah, I believe they are founders of that particular team. We must say, if we're talking TGO, rest in peace to Tiger Woods' mom.
Yes.
That moment at last week's TGO where Tiger looks at her and has that moment. Here's the video.
Hey, Mom! Not gonna suck tonight. Okay?
Just like a childlike interaction with his mom. So happy that got captured, obviously. Yeah. She passed away, so rest in peace to Mama Woods. Obviously, massive piece of one of the greatest athletes in the history of sport. And I'm happy Tiger got to have that moment on TGO, legitimately. Yeah. Now, I assume it's going to be difficult for Tiger to walk into the TGO arena a lot because the last time he, But nonetheless, TGO's still happening. And it's only getting better.
Yeah.
They should have took this week off.
I would assume there's not many more weeks left because it's like once they get into the Players and Masters.
What happened in golf? Something happened in golf. Big news.
Rory won Pebble Beach.
Okay, I watched that. He minus 21.
There's
18.
an exemption for the was it the USGA who runs the U.S. Open said they will give an exemption to a live player in the top 3, I believe.
In the top 3 in
of the live
points.
rankings. Yes, live points.
Got it. So everybody's thinking this is going to be DeChambeau.
Or Rombo.
Rombo.
Does anybody know the live
Rom
rankings?
already has. I see. Now I would assume. Has Rom or DeChambeau won a U.S. Open because you already have an exemption if you've won it in the past.
And this is not the PGA. This is the USGA.
Yes.
Which is a different group. Remember, because U.S. Open's golf course is always so terrible.
That's right.
And it's always the USGA.
USGA is basically, because of the U.S. Open, USGA is basically the organization that keeps track of everyone's handicap in the entire world, basically.
Yep. Got mine.
Yeah.
What's your handicap?
I haven't checked it lately. I think around 12, 11, 12.
It's pretty good.
That's better birdies.
That's not bad.
What about you, Akush?
I'm like an 8-2 right now.
Jeez.
Really? I thought you quit.
I take enough swings where whenever I do go out, I'm all right.
You still get lessons?
Good enough, yeah. So I go like once a week or once every other week to like get 200 swings in, and then when I do go on the
Once
course,
a week you're going to a lesson and you have an 8.2. You're a golfer, buddy. Yeah. That's a full-time golfer.
Yeah.
He's a T-Bird now. He doesn't have time for it anymore.
D-Butts just pulled up.
11.4.
Okay.
Wow.
So what are you shooting, AQ? If you go, what's the range that you can shoot?
that's the problem. I mean, I can 77 to 92.
Which makes sense because, you're 80, right? That's where you'd be sitting.
Yep.
So
perfect range.
77 to 93, maybe?
Yeah.
Or 83?
Let's see where I'm at. Yeah, I mean, typically I'm like 82 to 84.
That's really good.
Somewhere in that range. It doesn't work completely like that. It's all based on like how hard the course is too.
The slope.
All that stuff. So you can go shooting 82, but it's at Oakmont, and they'll put you at like a 3.2.
You're playing at Oakmont?
No, but like hard courses. There's hard courses in Arizona.
Dude, Oakmont. There is hard courses in Arizona.
This year.
Arizona's beautiful. The U.S. Open's at Oakmont?
Oh, yeah.
I love that. That's East Hills of Pittsburgh, baby. Mm-hmm. That's over by Plum.
8.5.
Wow.
Hey, Cush.
I didn't know that.
Son of a bitch.
Guy's kind of a stick. All right, let's go enjoy New Orleans. We'll be back tomorrow. Big time show. Hey, Q, great work today, buddy. You really did good.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Always fun.
Good
Fourth
shuffle.
year down here with you guys.
It's crazy.
How many years have we been here?
Couple more, right?
19, 20 off. 1, 2, 3.
So we did Minnesota. We did Top Golf in Atlanta.
Yep.
Miami.
The little set.
Then it was COVID.
COVID, then LA, then Vegas, then here.
So how many is it?
No, Phoenix.
Oh,
Phoenix.
Arizona. Oh, Phoenix.
Vegas.
Yeah, it was pickleball.
So how many is it?
So I think
Radio Row 19 was the first,
I think it was
right? But
about third.
including the 17, 18.
That's crazy.
I think it's our 5th.
I guess they said Mike and Mad Dog and a Mike.
Mike and a Mad Dog.
Mike and the Mad Dog. They created Radio Row.
Really?
That's what people say.
He would probably say that. I'm sure. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know him well enough, but I guess they said like they are the ones that kind of created Radio Row. I think that's like kind of the notion. I think.
Oh, it was Morency.
Well,
we'll see about that. about that.
Celebrate some ball. Yep. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're in this thing together. We appreciate you all so much for allowing us to do this for a living. Team on me. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.